baseball? The Class A affiliate of the world champion Anaheim Angels plays right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. Now, in his 8th season bringing you the fun of Cedar Rapids baseball, here's the voice of the Kernels. He's the one, the only, John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Cedar Rapids Kernels at the Good Times Road.
It's an absolutely perfect Father's Day Sunday afternoon as the Kernels conclude the first half of the season with the 8th game of an 8-game series with the Burlington Bees. The Kernels played very well the last 2 nights in Burlington, winning on both Friday and Saturday by scores of 5-1 and last night 5-2. A Flag Day ceremony is having our crowd rise to their feet to honor Old Glory and those who have served our country here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. And on Father's Day, the final game of the first half of the season, our second part of an interview with James Rowson, the Kernel hitting coach. We'll hear from James Rowson, Kernel batting coach, next on the Dugout Interview.
You know how it is to have a good friend, someone who stands by you during good times as well as the bad. That's the kind of friend Dave Tobiasen of Family Insurance Center can be. Dave Tobiasen is your Pekin insurance agent in Monticello. Whatever your insurance needs, you can depend on Dave Tobiasen. Dave will settle your claims as quickly and conveniently as possible. See Dave Tobiasen, your Pekin insurance agent at Family Insurance Center in Monticello, for insurance coverages at competitive rates.
Toyota takes another leap forward in material handling efficiency. Hub Toyota Lift would like to introduce you to the new Toyota AC electric forklift. AC technology provides unprecedented acceleration, dramatically increasing operator cycle times, thus increasing production. And because DC components are no longer needed, you will significantly lower your maintenance costs. A clean, running, dependable unit is the result. Coupled with today's attractive interest rates, there's never been a better time to join Toyota's AC revolution. Contact Hub Toyota Lift in Cedar Rapids, Peoria, Des Moines, and Davenport.
James Rowson, Kernel hitting coach, joining us for the second straight time. And James, I'm going to put you on a spot in one way, in that I'm going to know that I'm a fan and a broadcaster. I'm not a manager or coach, yet I have been saying this on the air the last couple of weeks, and I want to get your reaction. You can tell me I'm all wet, or you can say, John, here's what I think of it. I would like to see, if possible, our ball club in the second half try to draw a few more walks, try to bunt a little bit more, and try to be more aggressive on the base paths. Now, that's coming from a fan's point of view. As a guy who is part of the staff and that is helping these kids, do those three suggestions hold any water or merit, James, in terms of the personnel and the strengths of our ball club?
Oh, definitely. They hold some merit. I'll tell you what, in the last 10 games here, we've actually drawn more walks than we probably have early in the year this year. So that point's starting to get through, and, I've made that point to our players that we do need to draw a few more walks here and get some more runners on base. With the speed of Ibar, Cayaspo, and Cosby, Melgarejo, and, you can run down the line, we have guys that can run on this team and may think about laying some bunts down here in the near future. I know the first part of the year, these guys wanted to work on their swings and make sure they get their swings intact, and that's some of the work they have to do. But to complete their full games, we're going to have to bunt a little bit more and execute some situations a little bit better.
And, James, I know we have one of the most aggressive swinging clubs in the league. We're a very good two-strike hitting ball club. None of our guys freeze up or fear having two strikes on them, and that's the strength. And there is a fine line between, you don't want to ever tell a guy, well, we want you to take a walk. And I know Cayaspo and Ibar grew up in a culture where, the old saying is you don't walk off the Dominican Republic island, you swing your way off. So with that in mind, are those guys, is it a matter of working deeper into counts? Is it a matter of being more selective? Is it a matter of laying off first pitches? Or is that something you just, you hate to tinker with guys and their success? So I guess I lay it out to you. Where do you draw, how do you incorporate trying to reach base in other ways besides base hits?
I think there's a lot of ways, and there's a lot of things that go into it. The actual pitcher on the other club has a lot to do with it. If he's around the plate, if he's throwing strikes, or if he's wild, that sort of thing. If you have a guy who's thrown in the mid-80s with not much movement and he's around the plate, then I want the guys to go up there and swing the bat because we want to jump on him early. If he's a little wild, maybe we'll lay off a couple of pitches and allow him to throw a pitch right over the plate. So there's a lot of elements that go into it in the thought process of whether we're going to swing early or not. But with those guys, I'm not going to ever take away their aggressiveness. That's what's going to get them to the big leagues. They're aggressive, and they jump on good pitches to hit, and sometimes they're not as selective as they ought to be, but they're going to learn that. The more at-bats they get, the more they're going to learn it.
That's what I thought, James. Is that something that most young guys tend to be better as they get a little bit older, is to trust themselves? Because those guys in particular, Ibar and Kayaspo, well, again, everybody, Weed, Mayer, Abruzzo, Dvorsky, all those guys can hit with 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah, we got a pretty good 2-strike hitting club, and guys who aren't afraid to swing the bat with 2 strikes, so that's just a plus in our corner.
James, as far as bunting goes, when a guy is trying to bunt for a base hit to help his team to reach base, is that something he does on his own initiative, or would Todd Klaus from the third base coaching box actually signal to a guy, I want you to try to bunt your way on?
Actually, a little bit of both. There are times where Klaus may have a guy bunt him and intentionally tell him to go out there and bunt or to bunt for a base hit. And other times, you just kind of read the third baseman, you read the pitcher, you read the first baseman, see what kind of athlete you got out there. And if the pitcher falls off hard to the mound to one side, maybe you bunt to the other side. You got to kind of read those things throughout the course of the game and decide if you're going to put a bunt down or not.
Well, James, thanks for addressing that question, because again, I wanted to come at it from a fan and a broadcaster, and any team that's second in the league in hitting isn't doing too many things wrong, and I just wondered what you thought of a few more bunts and walking, and like you said, the last 10 games we've been drawing some walks, and it's helped us score some runs. James, I wanted to commend you and Jared Abruzzo. Jared has had a great attitude. Some kids that were high draft picks that have come back for a second year of season in the Midwest League wouldn't have the great attitude that Jared has. He has worked his tail off defensively and in the cage, and you seem to really have bonded with the big guy in terms of having a willing, listening pupil. What is it about Jared that makes it enjoyable for you to work with him?
I'll tell you what, Jared is probably the hardest working player I've been around, ever. He goes about it every day and works hard. He's in the cages every day. He's the first one to the ballpark every day, and just about one of the last ones to leave here every day. He loves playing baseball, and, I'm the same way. I love to be here all the time, so we get out there and we start working in the cages, and, the dialogue works because it's the language of baseball, and we both understand it, and we, love working together, so.
The scouts kind of drool because he's still only 22 years old, and I had a scout tell me 2 years ago when he was in this league, the one thing you can't really teach or coach into a kid is power.
Oh, yeah, he's got the natural power, and he's got ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark at will. And right now, you're starting to see that. The last few games, he's driven the ball out of the yard twice, and, he's going to continue to start to get his groove now and start swinging the bat pretty good. He's swung it all good so far this year, but right now he's starting to come into his own and starting to really get comfortable, so it's going to be real fun to see what he does in the second half.
A break on the Dugout interview on Father's Day. It's our part 2, a continuing interview from last night with Colonel hitting coach James Rouse, and we'll wrap things up with James in a minute.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget Zio Giano's. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try the delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Giano's is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Giano's with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Save money by taking the bus to work. By riding the city bus, you could say goodbye to gas and car maintenance costs. Studies show that transportation is second only to housing when it comes to household expenses. Five Seasons Transportation and Parking wants to help your bottom line. We provide bus service to the metro area for the cost of a 75-cent fare. Compare that to your daily gas and parking expenses. Monthly and 10-punch bus passes are also available. For more information, call 286-5573 or visit our website at www.crbus-parking.org.
James, we can't let Father's Day pass without talking a little bit about the joy of being a dad and a husband. I don't have that element in my life. Someday I hope I will. I have a brother who has a family in Alaska, and I think of them on a day like today. And I just wondered if you could share some thoughts about what it means in your life to have that blessing and that real beauty of having a family.
It's hard to describe. It's the best feeling. It's why I'm here. It's why I'm able to do my job, because my family's behind me, and my daughters, I mean, they're outstanding. I mean, without them, I would be nothing. I mean, it's good to be able to have them be around me and support me and understand the job and just the laughs and, the tough times, the good times, everything you do together. It's just, being a family and uniting.
James, will they get up here this summer?
Actually, later on this evening, I'm going to head out to Tampa, Florida, and I'm going to be there for the next few days during the All-Star break and, be with my family for those few days and come back here and get to work afterwards.
James, that's fantastic. You're going to be able to spend the All-Star break with your family in Tampa. Are you just going to lounge around and watch some videos with them or go out to the swimming pool? What do you got planned?
Well, my daughter's already got me going to see Finding Nemo as soon as I get home, and we're going to go to Disney and do all those things down in Florida, so I'll be wiped out by the time I get back.
Well, James, that's great. I appreciate you sharing that part of your life because I can only imagine the joy and love it must bring you. James Rowson, thank you so much. We've learned a lot the last two dugout interviews, last night in Burlington, this Father's Day here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Hey, when you return from Florida, James, we have a homestand starting Thursday night. Make sure you treat yourself to a great Italian meal at any of our area. Zio Giano's Italian Spaghetti Houses. So much good for so little money at Zio Giano's. It's the pasta that will make you sing, James Rowson. Thank you so much for this second dugout interview, and have a wonderful time with your family down in Florida.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
James Rowson, Colonel hitting coach, with us on the dugout interview for the second straight time. The first half of the season will conclude with an afternoon game on Father's Day here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Kernels and Burlington starting lineups when we return.
If you're looking for something, there are many helpful tools. A telescope? When you're looking for something big. A microscope. When you're looking for something small. Or bare feet.
Oh.
When you're looking for lost Legos. But if you're looking for a family doctor, the most helpful tools are your telephone or your computer. Simply call Mercy Care Family Physicians at 369-4444 or visit our website at www.mercycaredoctors.com for all the details on the Mercy Care Family Practice location nearest you. You'll find the Mercy Care Family Physician best suited to your needs, including those who offer special services for... So if you're looking for a family doctor, choose the right tool for the job. Call 369-4444 or on the web at www.mercycaredoctors.com. Looking for a family doctor has never been easier.
What a fantastic day we have as we conclude the first half of the season on Father's Day here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Beautiful blue skies, white billowing clouds, warm sunshine, a very light breeze, temperature in the high 70s. What a day for baseball here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. There are lots of dads here, and the dads and kids will be able to play catch on the field following this afternoon's game. This is the 8th and final game of an 8-game series between the Kernels and Burlington Bees. The Bees have won 4 of the games, and the Kernels have won 3, including the last 2 at Community Field last night. So a Kernel victory here today would give us a split in the 8-game series. Burlington is skippered by Joe Zeckley. The Bees have won 28 and lost 39. They're in 8th place in the 8-team Western Division first half standings. But as I said, they've beaten us 4 of the first 7 in this series. Let's set the starting lineups first for Burlington, the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. Leading off, a man who's 12 for 26 against us in this series with 12 runs scored. Mel Stocker, a switch-hitting center fielder, has given the Kernels fits all series. Batting second, the designated hitter, Eric Ronquist. He's from Minnesota. Ronquist bats second, the DH. Hitting third, he sat out the last 2 ball games. Kernel wins in Burlington. One of the best players in the Midwest League, Donnie Murphy. Donnie was suffering from an ingrown nail on one of his fingers. He's the shortstop, and he'll bat third. He's second in the league with 44 RBIs. Batting cleanup for Burlington is their third baseman, Damaso Espino. He has 41 RBIs, 5th highest total in the league. Matt Tupman, a left-handed hitting catcher, will bat 5th. Hitting 6th for the Bees is their second baseman, Eric Dean. In left field will be Tim Friend. Friend bats 7th. Hitting 8th at first base for Burlington is first baseman Dave Jensen. And in right field, it's Bernard Stevens. Stevens bats 9th. On the hill for the Bees is a lefty, Eric Ackerman. Ackerman, a 16th round pick by Kansas City, out of Pennsylvania, and the left-hander beat the Kernels last Monday night at Community Field in a slugfest, 11-8. Eric Ackerman and the Bees beat the Kernels. Ackerman's 23 years old. He's in his second year of professional baseball. He went to the University of Pittsburgh. 6 feet tall, Eric Ackerman with a 4-0 record, a 3.80 earned run average. On the hill, making his 13th start. No complete games for Burlington. On this gorgeous, sunshiny Sunday, Father's Day, Allen Motor Company is now proud to present the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup. Allen's is celebrating their 100th year of business in Cedar Rapids with great rebates or 0% financing for 5 years. Plus, your first year's maintenance absolutely free when you buy a new vehicle during Allen's Centennial Sale. And there are plenty of great deals on new vehicles during Allen's Centennial Celebration Sale. Let's start with the 2003 Buick LeSabre. They start at just $19,995. That's a savings of $6,000 on 2003 Buick LeSabres at Allen Motor Company. Also on sale during Allen's Centennial Celebration, 2003 old Silhouette vans, a savings of over $6,700. Those 2003 old Silhouette vans start at just $25,995 at Allen Motor Company. Also a great deal if you're a pickup fan on 2003 GMC Sierra pickup trucks at Allen's. They start at just $27,820, a savings of $6,000 on those 2003 GMC Sierra pickups at Allen Motor Company. Allen's is celebrating their 100th year of business in our community with their Centennial Sale. That means your first year's maintenance is absolutely free when you buy a new vehicle during Allen's Centennial Celebration Sale. Great rebates or 0% for 5 years as well. Visit Allen Motor Company, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha, or visit Allen's online at allenmotor.com, ALLENMOTOR. That's allenmotor.com. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup on this lovely Sunday afternoon, Father's Day, has B.J. Weed, Midwest League All-Star, leading off in right field. Batting second, All-Star shortstop for the Western Division, Eric Ibar. The league's leading hitter is All-Star Alberto Callaspo. He's hitting .328 and leads the team in RBIs with 34. Alberto playing second base, batting third in the Allen Motor Company order. Jared Abruzzo, Kernel switch-hitting catcher, is batting cleanup in the Allen Motor Company order today. Caleb Mayer has a special hello to his dad listening on the internet. Caleb Mayer's father is listening this afternoon, and Caleb wanted to make sure that we said hello to his father out in California. Caleb Mayer, the DH, batting fifth for the Kernels. At third base is Greg Porter. Porter will hit sixth. Batting seventh, one of the Kernel newcomers, Matt Abram. Abram getting his first start as a Kernel is at first base. Matt Abram was picked up by the Angels when the Twins let him go. We know him because he played 80 games for Quad City in this league last year. Matt Abram at first base, batting seventh today for the Kernels. Also making his Kernel debut in left field is newcomer Jason Sugden, S-U-G-D-E-N. Sugden hit .299 with Provo last year. Jason Sugden batting eighth in left field, getting his first start as a Kernel. And rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup in center field, batting ninth, Rancel Melgarejo. Making his 14th start of the year for the Kernels is 18-year-old right-hander Rafael Rodriguez. Rafael's won 3. He's lost 5. His ERA is 4.15. Rafael is looking for his first win in a month. He last won on May 14th, and since then he's had a loss, a no decision, a loss, a no decision, and a loss. Rafael Rodriguez has won 3. He's lost 5. His ERA 4.15, and he was an 11-8 loser to the Bees and their starter lefty Eric Ackerman last Monday at Community Field rather. That's our look at the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. The umpires, Jeremy Sparling behind the plate, and Eric Lovelace will be working the diamond. We have a good-sized crowd here on Father's Day, and I want to welcome some very nice people who I've gotten to know from my condominium situation on the southwest side. Neighbors are here today. It's Angie and Bob Clark and their sons, 5-year-old Cal and 3-year-old Griffin, and their grandmother Diane is also here. We live on Queen Drive Southwest. That's right across from Target, and it's a great little neighborhood, and I've gotten to know the boys because they're big baseball fans. Cal and Griffin Clark are here. They're in their Kernel T-shirts. They're in their Kernel caps, and they are very well-behaved young boys. They came down with us to the field for batting practice. Cal and Griffin Clark also came in the dugout and also in the Kernel clubhouse with their dad, Bob Clark. Then it's great to have Cal and Griffin, their mom and dad, and their grandmother here on Father's Day on this beautiful, sunny Sunday afternoon. This game is being telecast locally by our friends at Fox, so we're running just a tad behind our usual starting time of 2 o'clock. The Taco Bell baseball buddies have congregated in the Kernel first base dugout. They'll be taking the field momentarily, standing next to their baseball buddies with their Taco Bell shirts on for the national anthem. This is our final game of the first half of the season. The Kernels hope to gain a split in this 8-game series with Burlington. We've won 3, the Bees have won 4, but we've captured the last 2 at Community Field Friday night and last evening. The Kernels are decked out in their bright red knit batting practice tops with big white numbers on the back, white trousers, and then red socks with Kernels inscripted in navy blue across the front. The Burlington Bees are wearing their royal blue knit batting practice tops with gold letters across the front that spells out Bees. They have gold numbers on the back, gray trousers, and royal blue socks, royal blue caps. Why not? They're the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. Here come the Kernels with their Taco Bell baseball buddies. They're about to take the field on this beautiful Father's Day, the best day for baseball we've had all season long. There go the Taco Bell baseball buddies trotting out onto the diamond with their Kernel baseball buddies next to them. We're going to pause for a moment as the Taco Bell baseball buddies have taken the field. We're going to hear a message from Bank Iowa here on Father's Day, and then we have a female soloist that's going to sing the Star-Spangled Banner. Let's now hear the message from Bank Iowa, followed by the singing of the national anthem.
It is an honor to be an American. We are proud to pay tribute to all our armed services who make great sacrifices in order to preserve the freedoms we enjoy. Please stand and join Bank Iowa and the Kernels as we salute our flag and sing the national anthem.
Performing the national anthem this afternoon, Tracy Hodina McDill.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets with the bombs bursting there gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All we can say on a day like this is wow, and we are blessed. We are blessed with a beautiful, sunny, warm Sunday afternoon Father's Day. The Taco Bell baseball buddies are now leaving the field under the direction of Colonel Intern Allison. And we want to thank our in-studio engineer this afternoon. It's Deb Williams. You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We pull the curtain down on the first half of the season in quest of a series split with Burlington. 18-year-old right-hander Rafael Rodriguez on the mound. I'm John Rogers, your Kernel play-by-play host. We'll enjoy this afternoon's action from the new stadium in 1 minute.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're done, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save
landfill space. Looking for a sure
space.
way to bring your daughter or son the thrill of a lifetime? Then visit Taco Bell and register them for a chance to be drawn as a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy. As a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy, your child will receive a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy t-shirt. Collect autographs from the Kernels and take the field with a Kernel player for the national anthem. Being a Taco Bell Baseball Buddy will provide your kid with an unforgettable feeling of excitement. All it takes is a visit to Taco Bell.
On this gorgeous Father's Day sunny Sunday afternoon, Mel Stocker will lead it off for the Bees. Burlington has struggled on the road this year. They've won 9. They've lost 25. Overall, they're 28-39. The Bees hitting .231 as a team, last in the league, last in home runs, but forget it, those numbers against the Kernels. Burlington's hitting over .270 against us in the first 7 games of this series. Mel Stocker is first up for the Bees, the switch hitter batting left-handed. The game's first pitch. Up and in as Stocker had to lean out of the way. He was squaring to bunt and was almost hit by the game's first pitch. We're underway here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Stocker hitting .291. 3 homers, 15 RBIs. He's 12 for 26 in this series, 2 for 4 last night. Rafi deals low and away, ball 2. Greg Porter's at third. Up the middle, the all-star tandem of Ibar and Kayaspo at short and second, and newcomer Matt Abram is at first base. Here's the 2-0 from Rodriguez. Stocker took it for a strike called on the outside corner, a fastball. In left, another newcomer, Jason Sugden. Mel Garejo's in center, and in right, playing shallow, is B.J. Weed. Behind the plate is Jared Abruzzo, the 2-1 delivery. Ripped into right center. B.J. won't get it. It's over his head. Stocker may have an inside-the-park home run. He can really fly. Here he goes to third. B.J. hits the cutoff man, Kayaspo. Mel Stocker continues to absolutely annihilate Kernel pitching. He is now 13 for 27 against the Kernels as he triples over the head of the right fielder, B.J. Weed. Mel Stocker with his league-high 7th triple of the year. We have done absolutely nothing to keep him off base or out of our hair in this series. Mel Stocker, a one-man wrecking crew for Burlington, is at third with nobody out for Eric Lonnquist. Lonnquist hitting .171 in 28 games, a right-handed batter. The Kernel infield is back. They'll trade an out for a run here in the first inning. How about that Mel Stocker? He just keeps going. He just won't let up against the Kernel pitching staff. 13 hits for Stocker in 27 at-bats. Fouling one off over the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Strike one is the right-handed batter, Eric Ronquist. Eric came on as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning for Burlington last night. Went 0 for 2, drew a walk. Eric Lonnquist, the batter. We're just underway, and the Bees have a runner at third with nobody out. Here's a pop foul into the plaza section, the Papa John's Plaza down the right field line. And that's strike 2 to Eric Lonnquist.
Former prize winners from Mount Vernon, listen closely. We're only going to be calling the...
A light breeze is blowing in from right center field on this perfect Sunday afternoon for baseball. Burlington threatening to take the lead, but Rodriguez is ahead of Lonnquist 0-2. Rafael is set at the letters, the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Rafi looks Stocker back to third, throws to Abram for the out. 1 out in the top of the first inning. Oh, Rafael Rodriguez on an 0-2 pitch got Eric Ronquist to tap it back to the hill. And Ronquist is thrown out 1-3. Mel Stocker held at third as Rodriguez stared him down and said, "Don't you try to score." Now Donnie Murphy, one of the best players I've seen in the league, who's had to sit out the last two games with a painful ailment, an ingrown nail on one of his fingers, takes a slider low and away. Ball one to Donnie Murphy. Donnie has 9 hits in the series, and he's only played in 5 of the games. He's hitting .290. Stocker at third, the 1-0. Beautiful slider, strike one called to Donnie Murphy. Donnie's only 20 years old. The Royals took him in the 5th round last year. He's a right-handed batter, uses a black lacquer stick, and wears a pair of dark batting gloves. Abruzzo sets up on the outer half. The pitch is strike two called. A slider at the knees, a perfect big league slider from 18-year-old Colonel right-hander Rafael Rodriguez. The diamond is in beautiful shape. Lush green grass, and that dirt, watered down before the game, is now dried off. Here's a drive into the right field corner, and it slices foul into the right field corner. Count remains 1-2 to Donnie Murphy. We are just underway. Mel Stocker belted a triple over the head of B.J. Weed. Lundqvist on an 0-2 pitch. Tap back to the mound. And Donnie Murphy's trying to get Mel Stocker home from third with the Colonel infield back. Long look by Rodriguez. Murphy waits for the 1-2 pitch from the Colonel right-hander. He took it low and away, ball 2. Good sized crowd here today. I would say the premier and club seats down below are 85% full. Big crowd out on the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion, as well as on the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Stocker at third, the 2-2. A high drive into right. We're going to have a play at the plate. Can BJ throw the runner out? BJ has it. Here's the throw. Stocker is out! Listen to the crowd roar! Donnie Murphy popped one into shallow right, and B.J. Weed threw a strike home to Abruzzo, who held the ball as Mel Stocker tried to barrel him over, nothing doing, and a double play turned by the Kernels ends the Burlington first inning. What a throw by B.J. Weed to cut down Mel Stocker. No runs for the Bees in the top of the first. One hit, a leadoff triple wasted. No Colonel errors. A double play, 9-2, ends the Bee threat in the first. Nobody left for Burlington. After one half inning, Burlington nothing. The Colonels coming to bat.
Okay, so I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and as I'm walking out, I see myself in the double door. Uh-oh is right. My hair looks terrible. My ends are all scraggly, and my roots. Did you see my roots? I can't believe I've been walking around like this.
Have you tried Cost
Oh, I'd love to get my hair done, but who has the time? With work and the kids, I barely have time to find matching socks, let alone time for my hair. Besides, I need the works.
Just go to Cost Cutters. They'll have you in and out looking great in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah. At Cost Cutters, the stylist will keep you looking great with a new cut, some color, even highlights. Check out mine.
Oh, so Cost Cutters is your secret.
Yep. I even get my favorite products there. You know, shampoo, conditioner.
That's it. I'm going to Cost Cutters.
Right now?
My roots, thank you.
There are a dozen Cost Cutters here in our area, each offering a relaxed, convenient hair care experience with no appointments and no hassles. Cost Cutters makes things easy and affordable with professional stylists who care about you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support one of our community's most renowned and cherished assets, the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees believe in the core values that comprise the essence of Kernel baseball: fun, wholesome, affordable entertainment for us all. As you look ahead to the many joys of summer, your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees encourage you to visit the fabulous new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, embracing Kernel baseball, a community treasure.
One of the favorites of our guests here this afternoon, Cal and Griffin Clark, is B.J. Weed. B.J. threw out Mel Stocker from shallow right to complete an inning-ending double play in the top of the first inning. B.J., a switch hitter, batting right against lefty Eric Ackerman, hitting .307, sixth best average in the league for the Colonel switch hitter. He fakes a bunt and takes a strike called from Ackerman, 0-1. No score thanks to a double play. Weed to Abruzzo on the fly ball to shallow right by Donnie Murphy. The Colonels cut down the speedster Mel Stocker trying to score from third to end the first inning. The 0-1 to Weed. Golf to second on one hop. Charging is Donnie Murphy, and that's Eric Dean rather, and he flips to first to get B.J. 2 pitches, and B.J. is gone 4-3 here in the bottom of the first inning. B.J. Weed last night for the Colonels walked, stole second, and scored in the Colonel 3-run first inning. He was 1 for 4. Here's Eric Ibar. His 2-out single on an 0-2 pitch in the second inning in Burlington last night gave the Colonels a 4-0 lead. Eric was 1 for 5. He bunts a little too hard. The pitcher has it in front of the mound, whirls and throws Eric out. I don't care if Ibar does that 100 times over. I want to see him and Cayaspo and Weed and Cosby to continue to try to bunt their way on. We have too much good speed on this team not to try to lay some bunts down, and that's what Eric did. Unfortunately, he bunted it right back to the hill in front of the mound. The lefty picked it up on one hop and threw Eric out. Ball one inside to the league's leading hitter, all-star Alberto Cayaspo. Alberto was 1 for 4 last night. Drove in the Colonel first run of the game. Scored the Colonel last run of the game. He swats one foul outside third to manager Todd Klaus. It's 1-1 to Cayaspo. Alberto hitting a league-high .328. 2 homers. Leads the Colonels with 34 RBIs. He has 84 hits in 68 games. The 1-1 from Ackerman is slugged foul, deep but foul, onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion. Look at him scramble for it out there. One fellow was sitting at a picnic table just minding his own business, and now he gives the baseball to a kid out there. The 1-2 to Cayaspo. This one is bounced foul past James Rousen, our dugout interview guest, coaching at first. That's not James, excuse me. That's Kevin Jenkins. James is on his way to the airport to join his family down in Tampa, Florida. Cayaspo's that kind of hitter. At one moment, he's cracking one foul outside the left field foul bowl. The next pitch, he's bouncing it foul outside first. He'll hit it anywhere. There's a little looper into center. It may fall. It does fall. Over the reach of the second baseman, Eric Dean. And it's a base hit for the league's leading hitter, Alberto Cayaspo, his league-high 85th hit of the year. Jared Abruzzo has 3 home runs in this series. Bruiser is his teammate's calling. Stepping to the plate with his white trousers all the way down to the back heels of his black spikes. Jared playing bare-armed on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Switch hitter batting right. Abruzzo with 3 homers in the series. Takes low and away, ball 1 from the lefty. Eric Ackerman, he's 4-0 on the year. A 3.80 ERA. He and the Bees beat the Kernels in a slugfest Monday night at Community Field, 11-8. A long one to left! Way back! Goodbye! Home run of the series for Jared Abruzzo. And I mean, he creamed it high and deep to the left of the 378 mark. It hit the well-marked Blue Cross Blue Shield Tri-Vision sign in left field. Jared Abruzzo with his team high 9th of the year. There was no doubt about it. High, deep, majestic, and over the green padded wall in left for his team high 9th of the year. His 4th home run of the series. Jared Abruzzo has given the Kernels a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Taking a ball low and now clubbing one foul off to the right. is Caleb Mayer. Caleb came up to me at 1 o'clock this morning after we got off our Tri-State Travel Motor Coach and had a big grin on his face. The 1-1 to Caleb is dribbled foul to the backstop. He said, John, would you do me a big favor and say hello to my dad and tell him I love him on Father's Day? I said, Caleb, I'd be honored to do that. And Mr. Mayer, we're glad you're tuned in out in California. Caleb chops one to first. Through the hole, a base hit. Caleb Mayer put a postscript on his hello to his dad. Caleb said, John, when I get a hit tomorrow, make sure you tell my dad that hit is for him. Well, Mr. Mayer, that hit by your son, Caleb, is all for you on Father's Day. Caleb Mayer went out of his way to make sure that his dad would be said hello to on the internet this afternoon. Caleb, we are proud to deliver that message home to Dad. That hit, Mr. Mayer, from your son Caleb is for you. Caleb bounced it through the right side. Now Jake Mathis hits one to deep left. Back goes Tim Friend. He's there and has it. Oh, after the Mayer bouncing single into right, Greg Porter, not Jake Mathis, Greg Porter flies to left field. The Kernels strike for a pair with 2 out in the bottom of the first, 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no B errors. The Kernels leave 1 aboard. And after 1 inning here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, the Kernels lead Burlington 2-0.
Burger King welcomes you to stop in anytime to enjoy our great sandwiches your way. Try our flame-broiled Whopper sandwich and make it a combo to make it a meal. Treat yourself with a creamy shake or a pie to sweeten up your day. You have 6 locations to choose from in the Cedar Rapids, Marion area. Bring your family and friends before or after the Kernels game. At Burger King, you got it! There's nothing more exciting at the ballpark than watching the ball leap off the bat and clear the center field fence. The perfect swing can change the course of a game and set the pace for the season. At Rockwell Collins, our employees step up to the plate every day and swing for the fences. Whether it's creating products that travel the world, delivering solutions to customers, or lending a helping hand in our own communities. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Kernels, partners in making Cedar Rapids the best place to live, work, and play.
All Night sounds like this.
Tom Izzo joins us here on All Night on ESPN Radio. Do you really fine your coaches or any people on your staff $50 if a cell phone rings when you're holding a meeting?
Sure, especially the players. As Magic says, this is the day and age where the players have more cell phones than the coaches, so you got to find those guys if they're in those meetings.
Well, does that go to the Michigan State Athletic Department or the Coach Izzo expense account?
Tom Izzo retirement fund.
Only on Todd Wright, All Night on ESPN Radio.
Our guests, Bob and Angie Clark, their sons Cal and Griffin, 5 and 3 years old respectively, their grandmother Diane, are enjoying the game here from the broadcast booth. They're going to head down in a little bit and get the boys some ballpark goodies, maybe some hot dogs or hamburgers, popcorn or peanuts. Man, when I was a kid, I used to love coming to the ballpark. And every once in a while, my dad, not too often, but sometimes he'd treat us kids to something at the concession stand. A strike is called to Damaso Espino, now a pitch outside. One thing my dad, and on Father's Day, we have so much time to reflect about what our dads meant to our lives and to our families. The 1-1 to Espino is strike 2 called. My dad did not spring for too many things at a big league game because the prices were exorbitant. Here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, everything's affordable, but not when you go to big league stadiums. The 1-2 to Espino, who had just missed a slider outside. Damaso hitting .289, a right-handed hitting cleanup batter. No home runs, 41 RBIs. He's 0 for his last 9 in the series, 0 for 4 with a walk and an RBI ground out, or an RBI drive that was an error last night. He jackhammers one into right center. Over to get it is B.J. Weed to cut it off. And Damaso Espino is broken out of an 0 for 9 skid with a scalding base hit into right center field. Leadoff single for the Bees. Damaso Espino here in the second inning.
106 L13, 107
You know, my dad was very reluctant to reach into his wallet at a Cardinal game, not because he didn't want us to have the fun of concessions, but they were just too high priced. The only other two things my dad didn't let us do, he didn't let us play what were called pinball machines when we went to the bowling alley. He would not let us play those pinball machines. He thought they were a waste of money. Here's a little dribbler foul back to the plate by Matt Tupman, strike one. And the final thing, I think we've told you before, that our dad would not let us do is shoot off firecrackers. Our family's dad was a surgeon, and he saw too many kids' fingers mangled by firecrackers. So on the 4th of July, we just watched them. We didn't set them off. Besides, they were illegal. Matt Tupman, a left-handed batter, hitting .233. Rafi checks the runner at first and brings it. Swing and a tip foul, strike two. My dad used to take us on a vacation every summer. He'd take us out west to see the beautiful parks, Yellowstone, Grand Canyon, Grand Tetons, Jackson Hole. He was the most giving man I ever knew and the hardest working man I ever knew. Here's a looper to short off the glove of Ibar. He may recover in time. No, he threw it away, and everybody's safe. A line drive, a little humpback liner. Eric took his eye off of it. It went off his glove into shallow left center. Eric recovered, threw to second from his back in shallow center over the head of Alberto Callaspo. It'll likely be an error on Eric Ibar. He was looking up to see where the runner at first was, trying to think double play, and they've given the batter a base hit, which surprises me, but that's fine. Matt Tupman reaches on a single. Eric should have had it, could have had it, and wanted to turn it into a double play. Instead, the Bees have the tying runs aboard with nobody out here in the second inning. A bunt, and the third baseman will throw to first, high but out. What a terrific sacrifice as Greg Porter picked it up and threw to first baseman Matt Abram. Eric Dean laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt, and now Tim Friend with a base hit could tie this game in the second inning. Eric Dean bunted down the third base line. The Kernels did not have the wheel play on where Ibar slides over from short to cover third. They played it straight up, and so Greg Porter had to glove it and throw to first. The sacrifice by Dean puts runners at second and third with only one out. Tim Friend, a right-handed batter, hitting .260 at the plate. A looper into right center. BJ may not get it. He will not. It's over his head. The game is tied. Friend will go all the way to third on a two-run triple here in the second inning. BJ was playing very shallow, and Tim Friend whacked one over his head for a two-run triple, and we're tied here in the second inning, 2-2. Tim Friend stepped into the first pitch and hit it well, driving it over the head of right fielder B.J. Weed. And Burlington has tied the game here in the second, 2-2. They have a runner at third with only one out. Boy, that muff play at shortstop really hurt the Kernels. If Eric Ibar could have caught it, he might have had a double play. But he dropped it. No error was charged to him. And that's the third hit in the inning for Burlington. The batter is Dave Jensen, the Kernel infield back. They'll trade a run for an out. Ground ball to second. A run scores as Callaspo throws the batter out, and it's 3-2 Bees. We had a hunch there'd be a lot of guys swinging at the first pitches this afternoon. This is the last game of the first half of the season. Nothing is at stake in terms of a playoff position for either of these clubs. A lot of guys have flights out of here around 6 o'clock out of Cedar Rapids, both Burlington players and Kernels, and so a lot of guys are going up swinging at the first pitch. Burlington has erased the Kernel 2-0 lead. Swing and a miss by Bernard Stevens, a left-handed batter, strike one. Top of the second inning, 3-2 Burlington. I'm sure you're enjoying your Father's Day either with Dad or reflecting on what he meant to you and your family. My dad worked hard enough to help put 5 kids through college, and he was home every night for dinner despite working 18-hour days as a physician. He made a point to be with his family. Here's a pitch looped foul over the third base grandstand. Strike 2 to Bernard Stevens. Is it ever great to look out in the grandstand and see it almost completely full? Hey, little Griffin has put on some shades. He looks like a cool dude with those sunglasses on. Griffin Clark. A pop foul off the batter's trademark into the left field corner, and a youngster with a glove on the lawn section just reached out and made the grab. He doesn't know it yet, but when he shows that ball at the Blimpie Guest Services booth, he'll be rewarded a lifetime honorary Colonel contract as well as a free spaghetti dinner to Zio Giano's. He should know it. It was announced before the game. Bernard Stevens hitting .151, a homer, 12 RBIs, proving to be a tough out for Rafael Rodriguez. There's a chopper to second, charged by Cayaspo, reaches down to the shoe tops, flips to the first baseman to end the inning. Bernard Stevens topped one to shallow second, where Alberto took care of it. 3 runs for Burlington in the second inning on 3 base hits. There were no Colonel errors, 1 misplay, and nobody left by the Bees. And after an inning and a half on Father's Day, last game of the first half of the year, Burlington 3, the Kernels 2.
Tune in each Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until 10 for the KCRG Coaches Corner. It's Eastern Iowa's only year-round coaches show. Join me, Scott Unash, along with Pinky Primrose, as high school coaches from the metro and the area discuss the big games in their teams. That's the KCRG Coaches Corner program, each Saturday morning from 9 until 10, live from Cedar Rapids Pizza and Provisions at 2125 Wiley Boulevard, southwest in Cedar Rapids, only here on your Prep Sports leader, The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG. There is a one-stop service center for your car or truck. Webb's Transmission in Cedar Rapids, where Mike, Tracy, and the gang will take care of your automotive needs. Using a combination of experience, common sense, and computer diagnostics, Webb's Transmission will service your engine, transmission, perform brake and coolant service, or just about any routine maintenance. And now, Webb's Transmission offers injector cleaning. Webb's Transmission at the corner of J Street and 36th Avenue Southwest in Cedar Rapids. It's a fast-paced world. Things change at the speed of sound, yet some things never change, like your desire to deal with a solid, dependable car dealer. Zimmerman Ford has been around for 31 years. They still deal with a handshake and a promise to be there after the sale with quality service. Zimmerman Ford Town is Eastern Iowa's largest volume Ford dealer, and you don't get that way without being rock solid. Check them out on the web at FordTownUSA.com or in person on 1st Avenue in Cedar Rapids. Ford, BMW, Hyundai, and Mitsubishi at Zimmerman Ford Town.
The lower third of the Colonel order to greet lefty Eric Ackerman in the bottom of the second inning. The Bees lead it 3-2. It didn't take them long to wipe out a lead that the Colonels took on a 2-run homer by Jared Abruzzo in the bottom of the first inning. Matt Abram gets a warm Colonel welcome. It's his first at bat as an Anaheim Angel minor leaguer. Matt takes low, ball 1. Matt Abram played 80 games with Quad City last year as a Minnesota Twin property. He hit .223 with 6 homers, 32 RBIs, a right-handed batter, and he swings and misses, strike 1. Mel Stocker is playing Matt Abram a little bit into left center. Ackerman's 1-1. It's drilled foul onto the Randy Keel Confidence Picnic Pavilion, strike 2. Matt Abram from the University of Arizona, drafted by Minnesota in the 38th round 2 seasons ago. Abram just turned 23 years old 2 days ago. The 1-2 to the Colonel first baseman. Swung on and missed, strike 3, a high fastball, and Matt chased it. That's the first strikeout for lefty Eric Ackerman. Ackerman has been a workhorse for Burlington. This is his 13th start of the year. And in 12 previous starts, he's pitched 73rd and a third innings, given up 70 hits in 73 and a third, struck out just 35 in 73 and a third, walked 24. Jason Sugden wraps one sharply back to the hill, and the lefty Ackerman throws the Colonel newcomer Sugden out. 2 out here in the Colonel's second inning. Jason Sugden swinging at the first pitch, hit it sharply right back to the mound. Sugden last year hit .299 in 65 games for Provo. With the bases empty and 2 out in the Colonel second inning, the batter is Rancel Melgarejo. Our Our Culver's small fry is down below with his Culver's cap on, and he'll be taking the field at the end of this Colonel second. Ransell lifts one into center. Stocker broke in, now back, and he makes the catch. Mel Stocker used his blazing speed to make up for an initial faux pas. He broke in. Ransell hit it pretty good, but flies out to deep center for the third out of the Colonel's second inning. The Colonels go 1-2-3-0 across. This game will be played in less than 2 hours. That's my prediction. After 2 innings, the Colonels trail the Bees 3-2.
What can I help you with here at Big Time Motors?
Well, I'm looking for a used car. I like this one. What's the price?
Listen, lady, I don't sell prices. I sell cars. But I guess if you must know, it's this.
Wow. That's $2,000 more than the one low price on the exact same car at Randy Keel Honda. And I didn't even have to ask them. Randy Keel has the prices posted for every car on their lot.
Well, we've got the best service department to stand behind our vehicles.
Really? Randy Keel showed me they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. How do you know yours is the best?
My manager told me.
Thanks, but I think I'm going back to Randy Keel Honda to get the best price and the best service.
But I can throw in a free air freshener to put over the rearview mirror.
Nice try.
Randy Keel Honda understands what you need when you're looking for a new or used car. They post their prices clearly, so you don't have to guess, and they'll never pressure you. That's why they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. And they just won the President's Award from American Honda. Come find out for yourself. Randy Keel Honda is on Center Point Road in Cedar Rapids, or you can visit them at randykeel.com.
When it comes to fun in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium, nothing compares to the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub. As you bask in the soothing comfort of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub, you'll be taking in the action from a breathtaking perch just above the left field wall. Register for your chance to be drawn as the winner of the Westdale Mall Mix 96.5 FM Home Run Hot Tub by visiting Westdale Mall.
Our Culver small fry of the game, Brady Dutton, 3 years old, took the field between the second and third with a Culver's cap on, and Brady got to go out and get the autograph as our Culver small fry of the game of Colonel second baseman, all-star, league's leading hitter, Alberto Callaspo. 3-year-old Brady Dutton, our Culver small fry of the game here on Father's Day. Mel Stocker takes strike one called from Alberto Callaspo. How did Brady Dutton get selected to be the Culver's small fry of the game? He and his folks went to one of our 2 area Culver's frozen custard and Butterburger locations. A swing and a miss by Stocker. 0-2. Mel led off the game with a triple over B.J. Weed's head, but was stranded. 3-2 Burlington, top of the third inning. And what Brady Dutton and his folks did was they registered at the Culver's small fry registration box. One of the Culvers is in Hiawatha, I-380 Boyson Road, exit 25, across from Allen Motor Company. The second Culver's frozen custard and Butterburger location, where you can register your daughter or son to be chosen as our Culver's small fry of the game, is on the southwest side, Edgewood Road Southwest, in front of the Windsong 12 Theater Complex. Register your daughter or son for their chance to be chosen, selected, drawn as our Culver's small fry of the game at either of those Culver's frozen custard and Butterburger locations. A ground ball foul, smacked foul past first by Mel Stocker. He's still in the hole, 0-2. And again, as the Culver's small fry of the game, your child will get to take the field between innings of a Colonel home game with a Culver's cap on, get that Culver's cap autographed by their favorite Colonel player, and then receive a certificate from Mr. Shucks, good for a free kids meal at either of our Culver's frozen custard and Butterburger locations. Ball one is high and away to Mel Stocker. 13 for 27 in this series is Mel Stocker. Switch hitter batting left. Rodriguez 1-2 is pop foul off to the left. As Stocker battles here, leading off the B third inning. What a great afternoon it is here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Absolutely gorgeous. Stocker hanging in there at 1-2. Mel grounds one to second. Callaspo's been busy. Alberto flips on to Matt Abram, the Colonel newcomer. And Mel Stocker is thrown out by Callaspo. Alberto has 3 straight assists. The last 3 Bs to be retired by Rafael Rodriguez have been retired. on ground ball outs to Alberto Callaspo. Here's Eric Lundqvist to tap back to Raphael. Now he hits one off the end of the bat. Back goes Callaspo. Glasses down. A few steps into shallow right center on the grass. Eric Lundqvist is popped out to Alberto Callaspo. Well, we predicted before this game started that it would be played in less than 2 hours because it's so-called not only a getaway day of an 8-game series, but this is the final game of the season's first half. A slider is in there to Donnie Murphy. Donnie flew out to right. And with a runner at third, Stocker in the first inning, B.J. Weed threw Murphy out. Donnie takes a big cut and tips it foul into the mitt of Jared Abruzzo, strike two. Big crowd here today for Father's Day. Bees lead it by 1, 3-2. They've out-hit us 4-3. Murphy on an 0-2 delivery spanks it in the air, foul over the Miller mezzanine. Outfield plays Donnie straight away. A breaking pitch from Rodriguez is low. Both Colonel newcomers are in the lineup today. Jason Sugden's in left, Matt Abrams at first. Tommy Duenas and Matt Brown were sent to Provo, where they'll get a lot of playing time in the Northwest Rookie League. Murphy stays alive as he tips one foul off the end of the bat. Donnie is second in the league with 44 RBIs. He has 3 homers, a .290 average, 9 stolen bases in 9 tries, only 6 errors, playing shortstop and second, yet he's not a Midwest League All-Star on the Western Division team, and he should be. That's a gross injustice. Another 1-2, outside with a slider. The Colonel record at home in the first half is 18-16. This is our 35th home game of the year and the last game before the All-Star break. With nobody on and 2 out, the 2-2. Donnie smacks it into right center. Weed on the run. BJ's there and has it. BJ Weed had to break at the sound of the bat cracking the ball hard into right center. But B.J. got on his horse, galloped over into right center, and gloved it to end the Bees' third inning. Rafael Rodriguez retires Burlington in order for the first time this afternoon. And after 2.5 innings, Burlington leads the Kernels 3-2.
The new Veterans Memorial Stadium is among the most awe-inspiring attractions in our great community. The most common remark made by first-time visitors to our new ballpark is simply, wow! The dazzling giant scoreboard, the roomy seats, the spacious concourse, and yes, the numerous women's restrooms all evoke that wow reaction. The most alluring element of all, though, is that perfectly nurtured, lush, green field that composes the diamond. Thanks to Peck's Flower Garden and Landscaping, the aura and magic of the Field of Green in the new stadium can be replicated in your very own yard. That's right. The experts at Peck's are teaming up with the renowned Colonel Grounds crew to award one of you with a Field of Green lawn makeover this spring. Just stop into the Garden Center at Peck's to enter. The Peck's Field of Green dream could be yours. Register this spring in the Garden Center at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast.
Miller Lite, track 4.
Like a friend that's always been down the road and back again. Without a thought, without a doubt, that's the time to Miller Lite. Like a friend that's always been down the road and back again. Just because that's how it is, the best of times in Miller Lite. It's a taste, it's a smile.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Top of the order for the Kernels, bottom of the third. Father's Day, big crowd, New Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're glad you're with us here on The Zone. B.J. Weed grounded out to second his first time up against lefty Eric Ackerman. Ackerman, 23 years old, making his 13th start of the year. He's 4-0 for a team that's 11 games under 500. A strike is called on the outside corner to B.J. It looks well. Fort Wayne has won the Eastern Division first half crown, a game and a half better than Lansing. B.J. shoots one off the end of the bat into the right field corner, and it drops foul. Foul by about 4 feet beyond the Colonel bullpen mound. 0-2 to B.J. Weed. So Fort Wayne wins the Eastern Division first half title. They're 13 above 500. Lansing finishes second, a game and a half out. In the Western Division, Wisconsin leads Kane County by percentage points for the first half Western Division title. They play this afternoon in Geneva, Illinois to decide who takes first and who takes runner-up. Both will qualify for the playoffs. Ball one high to B.J. The Kernels are in fourth place in the Western Division first half standings, 1 game back of Beloit and a half game ahead of Quad City, a game and a half up on Clinton. A curve, and B.J. swung hard and tipped it foul behind the plate. Weed hitting .307, 6th highest in the Midwest League. No homers, 20 RBIs. Stole his 11th base of the year last night. Scored in the first inning. The 1-2. And that one is dribbled foul back to the plate. B.J. has a very unusual or unique launch position with his bat. He rests his bat on his back shoulder so that it is parallel to the ground. Most hitting instructors would tell you that that's not the best place to launch from, but it works well for B.J., who lines one right at Mel Stocker in right center for the first out of the inning. That's 5 straight retired by Eric Ackerman, the lefty, as B.J. hit it well, but laced it right at the center fielder for the first out of the Colonel third inning. 3-2 Bees. The Kernels trying to gain a split in the 8-game series with Burlington. The Bees trying to make it 5 of 8 against us. Eric Ibar tried to bunt his way on his first time up. He takes a curve for a strike. Eric hitting 8th highest in the league at .302. Uses a black lacquer bat, an open stance, and pops one foul. There may be a play near the Colonel dugout for Dave Jensen. Back of the dugout, he's there and has it. Eric Ibar is fouled out beyond the Colonel first base dugout as Dave Jensen went into a little indented area there where the dugout ends and the plaza section begins, and I'll be darned, he scooted over and caught Eric Ibar's foul pop for the second out of the Colonel third inning. Kirby, our good friend from the Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling Department, is ready to take the field after the Colonel's bat here in the home half of the third. Plugging one in the air, foul to the Diamond Suites just to our right is Alberto Callaspo. Kirby's going to show us and tell us about grass cycling. A little boy down below wants to say hello to Kirby, and Kirby gives him a high five. A high, lazy fly ball into right center. Mel Stocker drifts a few steps to his left and has it. And the Kernels go in order. The top 3 in the Kernel order dust aside easily by Eric Ackerman here in the third inning. Ackerman's now set down 7 in a row. The Kernels go 1-2-3. Nothing across in the bottom of the third. And after 3 innings on Father's Day, the Kernels trail the Bees 3-2.
Life is a process of continuous change. Each of us has to be prepared to adjust to constantly changing events. One way you can make sure you're taking care of all the changes in your life is to visit Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews in Cedar Rapids. You can depend on Phil Andrews, your Pekin insurance professional, to give you sound advice on insurance for your home, auto, life, and health. See Phil Andrews at the Weidenhammer Andrews Agency in Cedar Rapids to make your life a little easier.
The ability to read. Nothing's more important in predicting the future success of a child. Thanks to the generous, ongoing support of Toyota Financial Services, Kernel players visited a record 25 schools last spring to encourage children to read, with a series of dazzling rewards from Toyota Financial Services serving as incentives. An all-time high, 1,451 girls and boys read last summer. The Kernels salute Toyota Financial Services.
The games that became classics. The moments that became history. The athletes that became legends.
Here's Michael at the foul line.
The Bulls win! They're all on ESPN Classic. This is where past generations remember the greatest in sports history, and where the next generation can experience it all for the first time. Call your cable or satellite provider and experience ESPN Classic now.
Our most beautiful afternoon of the season is Father's Day here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. And Burlington bats against right-hander Rafael Rodriguez here in the fourth inning. Damaso Espino squibs one foul in front of the Kernel first base dugout. Strike one. Espino, the cleanup batter, singled and scored in the B 3-run second inning. They overcame a 2-0 Kernel lead thanks to a 2-run homer by Jared Abruzzo in the first inning. Ball one outside from Rafael to Damaso Espino, a right-handed hitting cleanup batter. Kernel Baseball here on the Zone is brought to you all season long in part by the Crown Plaza Hotel. Simplified elegance combined with the latest features and amenities. Strike two called to Espino. As we look beyond the right center field wall on this beautiful sunny Sunday Father's Day, we can see the maroon and white placard downtown displayed on top of the Crown Plaza Hotel. The Crown Plaza Hotel puts you within walking distance of all the great downtown Cedar Rapids attractions, including the McLeod Bussey IMAX Theater, the Science Station, the Symphony. You're right in the heart of the action when you stay at the Crown Plaza Hotel. Simplified elegance combined with the latest features and amenities at the Crown Plaza Hotel. Espino took a pitch outside, and it's 2-2 to Damaso, leading off for the Bees in the fourth inning. He shoots one off to the right foul. The count remains 2-2 to Espino. We're back here after the All-Star break, right here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium on Thursday night. Thursday night, it'll be Stand for Children night and McDonald's baseball glove night. That's this Thursday. Ball three in the dirt to Espino. Thursday night, the gates open at 6, a 7 o'clock game. McDonald's baseball glove night. The first 1,000 of you kids 12 and under get a baseball glove from McDonald's on Thursday night, this Thursday the 19th. The payoff pitch to Espino. Strike three called on the outside corner. Damaso is the first strikeout victim of Rafael Rodriguez. He was carved up on a payoff pitch, a slider on the outside corner, and Jeremy Sparling rung up Damaso Espino. With one out in the top of the fourth and the Bees leading at 3-2, here's Matt Tupman. Matt hit a looper off the glove of Ibar at short. Eric could have caught it, probably should have caught it, but he missed it. It rolled out into shallow center, and Eric tried to throw to second to get Espino, the lead runner, but flipped it high, and after those two singles, a sacrifice bunt and a 2-run triple by Tim Friend over the right fielder Weed's head. Friend then scored on a ground ball to second by Dave Jensen, and the Kernel 2-run lead was kaput. Ball, a strike one to Jensen. Now Dave takes outside, ball one. Dave Jensen, a left-handed batter. No, this isn't Dave Jensen. Excuse me, this is Matt Tupman. Matt Tupman, the catcher. It was Tupman who singled off Ibar's glove his last time up. Matt takes one just inside. The crowd behind the plate wanted the call. Did not get it from plate umpire Jeremy Sparling. Two and one to Matt Tupman. Left-handed hitting catcher, hitting .233. He rips a single into right field. That's the 5th hit for the Burlington Bees. Matt Tupman is 2 for 2. Tupman got ahead 2-1 and pulled the pitch hard between Kayaspo and the new first baseman Matt Abram, making his Colonel debut today. And Matt Tupman is 2 for 2. We're trying to help Rafael Rodriguez get his first victory since May 14th. In his last 5 starts, he's had a loss, a no decision, a loss, a no decision, and a loss. So let's get him over the hump here this afternoon. Eric Dean takes a strike call, the fastball at the letters. Dean is a left-handed batter. Joe Zeckley, the third-year skipper of the Bees, flashing signs from his third base coaching area. Boy, is it a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It just is gorgeous. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Rodriguez pulled the string on Eric Dean. And Eric's in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Great to see such a big throng of Colonel fans here this afternoon, including Ann and Eric Hearn. Ann and Eric look awfully comfortable in this sunshine there next to the Colonel dugout. Very, very comfortable. A pitch has the batter jackknifing out of the way, low and in from Rodriguez. The crowd's very quiet, but they roared in the first inning when Weed threw out Mel Stocker at the plate to complete a double play, and they roared even louder when Jared Abruzzo belted his 4th home run of the series in the first inning, a 2-run shot. But it's 3-2 Bees here in the 4th. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Eric Dean was fooled on that 1-2 let-up. It was down and in. He didn't get it. And he's gone on strikes. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Rodriguez.
Left fielder Tim Friend.
Tim Friend has a big blow in this game. A 2-run triple in the second inning as he whacked one over the head of Weed in right. Tim hits another high deep drive to right. BJ's back for this one, has plenty of room, and Weed makes the grab to end the inning. Tim Friend, first pitch swinging, skies to right. No runs in the B 4th, 1 hit, no Colonel errors, 2 strikeouts. Burlington leaves their first man stranded of the afternoon. After 3.5 innings, it's Burlington 3 and the Colonels 2.
You save big money, you save big money when you shop Menards.
Get red-hot savings during the summer sale at Menards. Grill it on a Fiesta 30,000 BTU gas grill. On sale just $108. A 10,000 BTU portable gas grill that's great for picnics and camping is only $19.99. Chill it with a 5-piece cooler combo by Coleman. That includes a 50-quart cooler, 5-quart cooler, water jug, and 2 can coolers, only $14.98. Park it on a deluxe 5-piece resin table and chair set for just $69. A deluxe patio set with 4 padded chairs and glass top table is only $237. Save big on planters, pond kits, and patio torches, too. 5-foot decorative metal torches in 3 finishes are just $4.96 each. Plus, enter to win a Ford Mustang or Coleman canoe with camping gear. See store for details. It's summertime and the saving is easy during the summer sale at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Does it feel like you're in a different world when it comes to buying a car? Try Auto World, where they sell nice cars below book. Steve and Jerry have been making great deals on quality used vehicles for over 35 years, and they'd like to have you as a customer. No high-pressure sales at Auto World. Having a hard time finding the right car? Call Auto World and they'll find it for you. Come see the variety at Auto World. Take 16th Avenue to West Post and head south. Auto World, 390-3452. We sell nice cars below book.
We're rolling right along on Father's Day on a gorgeous Sunday. The temperature in the low 80s at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. A very light breeze blowing in from right center, and low humidity. It's summertime on Father's Day. And the Kernels will send Jared Abruzzo, Caleb Mayer, and Greg Porter to the plate here in the 4th inning. Abruzzo socked his team-high 9th home run of the year in the first inning, his 4th home run of the series. Abruzzo batting right-handed, up for the second time today against Eric Ackerman, who has set down 7 in a row. The Southpaw's first delivery is a curve in the dirt, ball 1 to Abruzzo. The Kernels as a team hitting .260. Second best in the Midwest League. We've belted 36 home runs, 5th highest total in the 14-team circuit. And we've stolen 59 bases in 68 games. That's 10th highest out of 14 teams. Ackerman delivers low and in, ball 2 to Jared. Now the lefty's pitch is a strike at the knees, 2-1. 3-2 the score in favor of Burlington, bottom of the 4th inning. Saturday, Procter & Gamble fireworks night here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Ball 3 almost hit Jared. It was right in on his belt buckle. And now the count 3-1 to Abruzzo. This Saturday, we start at 7 o'clock. The gates open at 6. It's Procter & Gamble fireworks night. Breaking pitch down and in, and that's ball 4. Jared Abruzzo has struck some fear into the heart of the Bees, having belted 5 or 4 home runs in this series. And he draws a leadoff walk to open the Kernel 4th inning. Caleb Mayer bounced a single between first baseman Dave Jensen and Eric Dean at second. That was his first time up, singling after the 2-run homer from Abruzzo back in the first inning. Caleb hitting .260. 4 home runs, 3 in this series, including a grand slam on Monday night. 24 runs driven in, ball 1 down and away from this 23-year-old lefty out of the University of Pittsburgh. A 16th round pick of Kansas City last year, Eric Ackerman. Pitched in 7 games for Burlington last year after starting 8 with Spokane and going 4-1. Ball 2 misses away to Caleb Mayer. Ball 3 down and in, and now the catcher, Matt Tupman, scurries out to the mound. He wants a word with his southpaw, who's fallen behind Mayer 3-0. Thanks to Mercy Care North and Mercy Care South for helping us bring you the action all season long here on the Zone. Mercy Care North and Mercy Care South. For urgent care of acute illness or sudden injury, go to Mercy Care North or Mercy Care South. Mercy Care North and Mercy Care South, treating walk-in, limp-in, and crawl-in patients daily. Strike 1 call to Mayer at the knees. Mercy Care has a beautiful blue and white Trivision sign here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mayer ahead 3-1 with Abruzzo at first. Caleb wraps a double play ball to second. Dean to the shortstop, Murphy on to first to complete the 4-6-3 twin killing. Oh, Caleb Mayer hit it hard. A sharply hit ground ball right at Eric Dean, and the Bees turn a 4-6-3 double play. That's just a bad break for Caleb Mayer because he hit that ball hard. Base is empty, 2 out for Greg Porter. Porter flew out to left to end the Kernel first. A breaking pitch to Greg. It looked good from here. The plate umpire called it ball 1. Nobody on, 2 out in the 4th inning. Kernel's down to the Bees by a run, 3-2. The 1-0 from Ackerman. A high drive into deep right, but back goes Bernard Stevens. He's having trouble with the sun, but he makes the catch. Greg Porter flies to right, ending the Kernel 4th inning. A walk to start the inning, but then a double play. No runs, no hits. 1 walk, a double play turned by Burlington, no B errors. The Kernels leave the bases empty, and we've only stranded 1 man in 4 innings. The Kernel last hit came in the 1st inning off Eric Ackerman, who's been awfully tough since that Kernel 2-run first. We go to the 5th inning on Father's Day, and Burlington leads the Kernels 3-2.
What can I help you with here at Big Time Motors?
Well, I'm looking for a used car. I like this one. What's the price?
Listen, lady, I don't sell prices. I sell cars. But I guess if you must know, it's this.
Wow. That's $2,000 more than the one low price on the exact same car at Randy Keel Honda. And I didn't even have to ask them. Randy Keel has the prices posted for every car on their lot.
Well, we've got the best service department to stand behind our vehicles.
Really? Randy Keel showed me they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. How do you know yours is the best?
My manager told me.
Thanks, but I think I'm going back to Randy Keel Honda to get the best price and the best service.
But I could throw in a free air freshener to put over the rearview mirror.
Nice try.
Randy Keel Honda understands what you need when you're looking for a new or used car. They post their prices clearly, so you don't have to guess, and they'll never pressure you. That's why they're #1 in service and sales customer satisfaction. And they just won the President's Award from American Honda. Come find out for yourself. Randy Keel Honda is on Center Point Road in Cedar Rapids, or you can visit them at randykeel.com.
Papa John's pizza, it's so good. Better is best, that's understood. Better call Papa John's tonight. Better call Papa, he's got it right. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Papa John's. Attention baseball fans, call your local Papa John's for our home run special. Get a large pizza with up to 3 toppings of your choice for only $9.99.
Papa John's. Better call Papa.
We had great group in section 110.
Wow, everybody having fun doing the chicken dance thanks to Chick-fil-A here on Father's Day. A gorgeous, sunny, warm Sunday afternoon. The Kernels took the lead 2-0 on a Jared Abruzzo 2-run blast. In the first inning, Burlington struck for 3 in the top of the second and erased that Kernel lead. Rafael Rodriguez's first pitch is drilled into center right through the box by Dave Jensen. Dave Jensen smacked the first pitch offered up by the Kernel right-hander into center field, and that is the 6th B hit of the afternoon. Dave Jensen's aboard. He drove in the go-ahead run back in the Burlington 3-run second with a ground ball out to second. Here's Bernard Stevens. Bernard, a left-handed batter, may be bunting. He topped one to the second baseman Cayaspo to end the Burlington 3-run second inning. Bernard Stevens, a left-handed hitter. We're already in the top of the 5th, and it's 3-2 Burlington. We'll have our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question for you in the top of the 6th inning. Rodriguez checks Jensen and fires low and in, ball 1 to Bernard Stevens. Bernard hitting .151. 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Stevens is from Virginia State University. A native of South Carolina. Broke in with Spokane and hit .238 a year ago. Bernard, a 32nd round pick of the Royals last year. A throw to first, and Dave Jensen is back safely. Bright sunshine, blue skies, big white billowing clouds resembling cotton balls above the field today. Ball 2 is low. Is the runner going? No. Ball 3 in the dirt from Rodriguez. Rafael is making his 14th start of the year. He's pitched 73 2/3 innings, allowed only 63 hits in 73 2/3, struck out 51, walked 33, an ERA of just above 4 at 4.15. Ball 4 is high, and now the Kernels are in trouble. The Bees have runners at first and second with nobody out. A 4-pitch walk to a 151 number 9 hitter, and that's a tip-off or an indication that Rafael Rodriguez either needs some help with his mechanics or that he could be tiring. Let's hope he's not tiring too much. The 4th of July weekend is a big one here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. The 4th itself is on a Friday this summer, and it's McDonald's Baseball Bat Night. A 5 o'clock start here on the 4th of July. The gates open at 4 for that 5 o'clock game. McDonald's Baseball Bat Night. All kids 12 and under, the first 1,000 kids 12 and under, receive a regulation-size wooden bat courtesy of McDonald's. McDonald's Baseball Bat Night, Friday the 4th of July. The gates open at 4. The game starts at 5. And we invite you to watch the fireworks as they light up the skies from downtown right here from the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. That's what we encourage you to do, is stay after the game on the 4th. The fireworks, there's not a better place to watch the downtown fireworks than from right here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Mel Stocker is not bunting, at least not on the first pitch, and he takes the strike called. Stocker is tripled and grounded out to second. He's batting with 2 on and nobody out. Here in the top of the 5th inning, the Bees lead it by a run, 3-2. A ground ball to first. Abram to second, out. Throw to first. Safe. A terrific effort, but with Mel Stocker, a speedster batting left-handed, he beat the return throw of Ibar. It's 1st and 3rd. 1 out for Eric Ronquist. Mel Stocker pulled one on the ground to Matt Abram. Abram threw to the shortstop Ibar. 3-6 for the force of Bernard Stevens. Dave Jensen went to third. Mel Stocker reaches on a fielder's choice. And everybody expecting Mel Stocker to be running here. From first base. Stocker is 20 for 24 in stolen base attempts. So he's tough to throw out. Eric Lundquist with runners at the corners. Rafi looks the runner back to third and whirls and looks Stocker back to first. First pitch back is Eric Lundquist.
June 15th in the Kernels World, you've got today's date on page 53 in your program. Get your prizes at the Monday Guest Services Center from Muddy Waters, American Cycling Jet Ski, or American Home Rentals.
The 0-1, the Kernels pitch out and nothing doing. One and one to Lundquist with runners at the corners. Again, Rodriguez checks third and then whirls and looks back to first. Burlington trying to add to a 1-run lead here in their half of the 5th inning. It's 3-2 Bees. There goes Stocker, a swing and a miss, a Bruzzo's throw. Not in time. Jared made a good effort, though. Mel Stocker swiped second. A strike was called to Eric Lundquist, and Mel Stocker has stolen his 21st base of the year. He's only been caught 4 times. Now with runners in scoring position, Lundquist takes a slider for strike 3 called. Rafael Rodriguez, a huge strikeout for the second out of the B 5th inning. And now the Kernels have to pick their poison. They can pitch to Donnie Murphy. He's 0 for 2, but he's a terrific hitter. On deck, the cleanup batter, a .289 hitter, Damaso Espino. So it looks like the Kernels, with a base open, will pitch to Donnie Murphy. This is a dangerous, dangerous hitter at the plate. You can trust me on that one. Donnie takes a slider, low and away, ball 1. Murphy has flown out to right field twice. He's a right-handed batter, a slightly open stance, and he lifts one foul over the grandstand roof. Donnie Murphy should be on the Midwest League All-Star team, is not. Sat out the last 2 games at Community Field Friday night and last night with an ingrown fingernail. Runner at third is Dave Jensen. Mel Stocker's at second. Rodriguez with the 1-1. A high foul ball way down the right field line. Strike 2 to Donnie Murphy.
For Tony Milburn. Happy 53rd birthday, Tony Milburn. From Roxanne, Jamie, and Nick.
Now the 1-2 with 2 on and 2 out. Ooh, it just missed low. Boy, Rafael Rodriguez with a good fastball. It looked pretty good from here, but the plate umpire said it was below the knees for ball 2. Now the deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 men on, both in scoring position for Burlington. Here's the 2-2. High, a slider, ball 3. Carlos Morban is warming up in the Colonel right field bullpen. Donnie chokes the bat a good inch now. And lifts one off to the right foul. This one beyond the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. This is the final game of the first half of the season and the last of 8 between the Kernels and Bees. This marathon series started last Saturday night here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Kernels led after 4 innings, 4-3, but lost it 17-4. Another payoff pitch. A ground ball to the right side. Alberto has it to his left. Throws to first for the out. Rafael Rodriguez gets one of the best hitters and toughest outs in the league to ground out to the right side to end the Burlington threat in the 5th inning. No runs for Burlington. 1 hit, a walk, a stolen base, no Colonel errors. The Bees leave a pair. They've left 3 on. After 4.5 innings, Burlington 3 and the Kernels 2.
Anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, hold me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy all of mine. Each generation has time. They've got their own understanding. Come to shout it out. It's that joy of Pepsi.
When you need group transportation, there is only one name you need to remember. That name is Tri-State Travel, transportation provider for the Cedar Rapids Kernels and hundreds of other schools, organizations, and associations in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and Waterloo area. Check our unblemished safety record, compare our pricing, and then climb aboard one of Tri-State Travel's modern deluxe motor coaches and experience our award-winning service. Tri-State Travel, the leader in motor coach group transportation.
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through.
When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks. High-speed copying, color copies, oversized copies, manuals, booklets, graphic design, posters, banners, and presentations. CopyWorks does it better. When it's important to you, CopyWorks lets your work shine through. When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks.
Bottom of the 5th inning. The Kernels looking for their first hit since a 2-out single by Caleb Mayer that came on the heels of a Jared Abruzzo 2-run bomb in the first inning. And Matt Abram, who led off the 2nd inning by striking out, will lead off the 5th against lefty Eric Ackerman. Our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question is coming up in the top of the 6th inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Abram takes low, ball 1. Matt, in his 3rd year of pro ball, arrived 20 minutes before our Tri-State Travel motor coach pulled out for Community Field in Burlington last night, along with fellow Colonel newcomer on-deck hitter Jason Sugden. The lower third of the Colonel order to face Eric Ackerman as Abram pulls one foul on the ground to the B third base dugout. 3-2 Burlington, bottom of the 5th. Carlos Morban in the Colonel bullpen. He may take over in the 6th inning. Ball 2 is high and away to Matt Abram. The Kernels have been out hit 6-3 or down by just a run, 3-2. Ball 3, high and outside to the right-handed batter. Abram may get something good to swing at now, the 3-1. And he tips it foul, a roller towards the third base B dugout. Carlos Morban set to take over in the top of the 6th inning for Rafael Rodriguez, it looks like. Rafael has gone 5, given up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 3, walked only 1. Abram down on strikes, a good off-speed pitch, got Matt swinging for the first out of the Kernel 5th inning. Jason Sugden hit the ball sharply back to the mound and was thrown out by the pitcher, Eric Ackerman, his first time up. Boy, Ackerman's been tough on the Kernels. Eric gave up 3 hits in the first inning, none since. Jason Sugden tomahawks one foul down the right field line, strike 1. The only 3 Kernel hits today came in the first inning. A 2-out bloop single into center by Cayaspo, a 2-run homer by Abruzzo, and a base hit through the right side of the B infield by Caleb Mayer. The next pitch is fouled up into the rafters of the grandstand roof, and down below it went into the front row of the premier seats. Everybody looks okay. Sugden in the hole, 0-2. Jason played for Provo last year. A backdoor curve just missed outside. Carlos Morban last worked on Monday in Burlington in the B11-8 victory over the Kernels. Ball 2 just missed low and away. Another breaking pitch. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Boy, Eric Ackerman had Jason Sugden fooled on a pitch down and away.
Center fielder.
And the Kernels still searching for their first hit since the first inning. Rancel Melgarejo flew out to deep center his first time up. Maybe Rancel can get the Kernels going here with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th in a 3-2 game. Burlington on top. Rancel wears a pair of bright red batting gloves that match nicely with his red knit batting practice top. A bunt to the base of the mound, and between the plate and the mound, the pitcher fields it, and Ackerman whirls and throws Rancel out. Melgarejo tried to bunt his way on, but bunted it too hard right back to the base of the mound, where Ackerman fielded it and threw him out. The Kernels have not had any offensive consequence since the first inning. We haven't had a hit since the first inning. The Kernels go in order for the 3rd time in the last 4 innings. 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Up next in the top of the 6th, our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. After 5, the Kernels trail the Bees by a run, 3-2.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
All Night sounds like this.
Tom Izzo joins us here on All Night on ESPN Radio. Do you really fine your coaches or any people on your staff $50 if a cell phone rings when you're holding a meeting?
Sure, especially the players. As Magic says, this is the day and age where the players have more cell phones than the coaches, so you got to find those guys if they're in those meetings.
Does that go to the Michigan State Athletic Department or the Coach Izzo expense account?
Tom Izzo retirement fund.
Only on Todd Wright, All Night on ESPN Radio.
Hahn & Welter Storage Equipment Company means high quality and good service. Welter's has new and used office furniture at affordable prices. Visit their showrooms and see the excellent selection of Hahn office furniture. Walter Storage Equipment Company and Hahn have the office furniture you need. Stop at Walter Storage Equipment and let them show you how affordable your new office can be. Walter Storage Company, the area's only Hahn Showcase dealer on Blair's Ferry Road Northeast in Cedar Rapids, Highway 151 in Monticello, and Locust Street in Dubuque.
25. Okay, he's going to turn 25 soon, yeah. He is so nuts. We have a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. As we suspected, Rafael Rodriguez is being lifted after 5 innings of work. Our good friends, our neighbors are back, and I'd like them to introduce themselves to Darcy Ehrman. Darcy, this is little Cal Clark, and my neighbor Bob, and this is Diane. Darcy, tell the Clarks what you did for us this winter and spring. Here's a ground ball right over the second base bag, and it's a base hit for Damaso Espino. 3-2 Burlington, and we're in the top of the 6th inning. Rafael Rodriguez goes 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 3, walked 1. Carlos Morban is greeted on a slow roller, a single through the box right over second base. Carlos Morban is pitching for the 5th time as a Colonel, 6'6" right-hander from the Dominican Republic. And he last pitched Monday at Community Field, 2/3 of an inning, gave the Bees a run on 4 hits, struck out none, walked none. Uh-oh, here's a deep drive into left center. I don't think anybody's going to get it. Oh, yes! Jason Sugden went back, and on that deep drive, way, way back off the bat of Matt Tupman, Jason Sugden, the Colonel newcomer with his glasses down, made a terrific catch in left center field. We have had 34 different Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winners this spring and summer. We're looking for our 35th different winner this afternoon. Sunday home-cooked meals, a fixture at the Springhouse, turkey, roast beef, pork, just $7.25 for Sunday home-cooked meals at the Springhouse. The turkey's real, the real thing. It falls right off the bone. It's not that formed turkey that you get other places. Roast beef, pork, and turkey dinners, just $7.25. That includes vegetables, your choice of mashed or sweet potatoes at the Springhouse. A pitch in the dirt from Morban, and it's ball 1 to Eric Dean. Ball 2, rather. Remember, if you've won our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, please don't call in this afternoon. Certainly play along at home. And what's on the line? Well, if you get our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question correctly, if you answer it, you'll get a free... Here's a looper into center. Ibar has it! Eric Ibar dashed back quickly behind second. Eric Dean plugged it off the trademark of his bat, and he popped out to the shortstop, just to the right or just to the left of second base, and behind the bag, Ibar caught it. If you win our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, you'll be rewarded with a $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse, as well as a wooden token for a free cup of coffee at the Springhouse. With that in mind, here's our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, and it relates to Father's Day. 2 families, each beginning with the letter B as in boy, have their 3rd generation playing in the major leagues. Name one of those 2 3-generation baseball families that begin with B. 896-7615. 896-7615. 896-7615. That's the number to call for the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. 2 families, each beginning with the letter B, as in boy, have 3rd generations playing in the major leagues. Name one of those 2 3-generation baseball families that begin with B as in boy. The runner goes, and a 2-0 pitch is drilled foul off to the right by Tim Friend. The number to call for the Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question, 896-7615. 896-7615. 896-7615. Who is playing big league baseball? There's a phone ringing. 2-1 to Tim Friend. Morban delivers outside for ball 3. It sounds like Allison Lensko, one of our crack intern young people, has taken a call with the correct answer to our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. 3-1 to Tim Friend. Ooh, a line drive off the big guy's leg. Now, wait a minute. He throws to first. Out! Oh, Carlos Morban looking at his leg. He was drilled by a comebacker. Look at big Carlos, man. He doesn't look shaken up. 6 feet 6 inches tall. Carlos Morban is strutting off the mound as if to say, that little old baseball can't hurt me. Tim Friend ripped one right back to the box. It hit Carlos in the leg. He picked it up at the base of the mound and threw to Abram, the first baseman, for the out. In the 6th inning, no runs for Burlington. A leadoff single, 1 hit. There were no Kernel errors, and Burlington leaves a runner aboard. They've stranded 4. We'll congratulate our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question in just a little bit. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Kernels trail Burlington 3-2.
My name is Brenna Lynch, and I grew up here in Cedar Rapids, and I just graduated from Jefferson High School last spring. I was a drum major, I was in show choir and choir, I was dance team captain. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I got older, so I figured Kirkwood was the place to go to get your basic education. It's going to be smaller classes, so it's not going to be jumping right into the huge universities. More personal, one-on-one teacher-student relationships. I'm actually majoring in a 2-year degree program, so I'll get my AA after 2 years at Kirkwood. So 2 years at Kirkwood, 2 years at UNI, and everything transfers over, so it'll be really nice. I'm taking pre-college writing. I'm also taking Calculus 1, and then I'm taking a Fundamentals of Jazz and Modern Dance, which is a night. They're actually new this year, so a lot of people don't know about them. I have some more friends that are going there, and it'll be easy to go into a college where I know people as well as teachers, and I'll be close to home.
Log on to kirkwood.edu.
When it comes to insurance and financial services, think smart. Think about Farm Bureau Financial Services. For auto, home, life, farm and ranch, retirement funding, and business protection, call Kirk Wilkie in Cedar Rapids. More products, more services, more of your needs met. So for more information, call Kirk Wilkie in Cedar Rapids. Farm Bureau Financial Services, more than you think. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, West Des Moines, Iowa.
Top of the order for the Kernels, bottom of the 6th. We haven't had a hit since the 1st inning, and it's a 3-2 game here on Father's Day. We have a winner to congratulate in our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. Weed golfs one to short, shuffling over to his left to glove it and throw BJ out is Donnie Murphy. I almost said Tommy Murphy, Donnie Murphy. And listen to this phenomenal number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 13 of the last 14 Kernel hitters have been retired by Eric Ackerman. He just has us eating out of the palm of his hand. Ibar swung at a terrible pitch down and in, strike 1. On Father's Day, we decided our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia questions should have some relevance and meaning to the bond that baseball brings together between father-sons. A strike swinging on a curveball. Ibar has swung at 2 terrible pitches. Eric trying to put himself back together, knowing that he helped the pitcher out immensely on those first 2 deliveries down and in. 0-2 to Eric Ibar. He's 0 for 2 today. Bottom of the 6th, the Bees lead it 3-2. Swing and a tip foul, strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout of Eric Ibar by lefty Eric Ackerman. And that's his 4th K of the day. He's now retired 14 of the last 15 Kernels. Our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question. 2 families, each beginning with the letter B as in boy, have their 3rd generation playing in the major leagues. We ask you to name one of those 3 generation baseball families. Bob Sindelar did it. A pitch is lofted foul onto the Randy Keel Hompin's Picnic Pavilion down the left field line by Kayaspo. Bob Sindelar identified the Boones. Ray Boone played in the 50s for the Tigers. His son Bob Boone played for the Phillies in the 70s, now managing the Reds. And Ray's grandsons, Brett and Aaron, are big leaguers. Here's a high drive to left, a can of corn, though, for Tim Friend. And Kayaspo flies out to the left fielder. That's 15 out of 16 retired by lefty Eric Ackerman. The other family that has 3 generations, the Bells. Gus Bell played for the Indians in the 50s. Buddy Bell played for the Tribe in the 70s. And now David Bell is with the Philadelphia Phillies. Congratulations, Bob Sindelar. You're gardening, we understand, on this beautiful Sunday, listening to the game on the Zone. Thanks, Bob. Bob Sindelar, you've won a $5 gift certificate to the Springhouse, as well as a wooden token for a free cup of coffee at the Springhouse as our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winner, Bob Sindelar. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Burlington still clinging to a 3-2 lead over the Kernels.
Remember when you were a child and there was a safety patrol person near your school to make sure you could cross the street safely? Don't you wish you had a safety patrol with you to help you conduct your life safely? Scott Draper, your Pekin insurance agent at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, can help you feel safe with the right insurance coverages. For the right insurance for your home, auto, life, health, and business, see your Pekin insurance agent, Scott Draper at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion. Here's a fact about the new Veterans Memorial Stadium I bet you didn't know. All of the grounds surrounding our community's newest source of pride are maintained by Greg's Lawn Service. That's right, it's Greg's Lawn Service that provides you with that initial lift when you approach our magnificent new ballpark. Greg's Lawn Service can put their first-class signature on your yard, elevating it to the same immaculate condition you see around the stadium. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest since 1983.
Here are 3 important facts you should know about Progressive Homes. First, Progressive Homes is our area's authorized builder of All-American Homes of Dyersville. Second, Progressive Homes invites you to visit their model homes. They're located on Williams Boulevard Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Finally, Progressive Homes is committed to making your home building experience pleasant and exciting. Come see what Progressive Homes can build for you. Progressive Homes, your complete builder of all-American homes.
A second U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen in the top of the 7th. Carlos Morban pitched 1 inning, no runs, 1 hit, no strikeouts, no walks. U.S. Cellular brings us this U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. Visit a U.S. Cellular store or call U.S. Cellular at 1-888-BUY-USCC. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you. Jeff Marquez is on for the 24th time, the 22nd out of the Colonel bullpen. Jeff came on in a very tight situation last night in Burlington. Bases loaded. 1 out. 6th inning. The Kernels led 4-1, and Marquez got Angel Sanchez to tap into a 1-2-3 double play. But Jeff has fallen behind left-handed batter Dave Jensen here in the 7th, 2-0. Jensen bounces one off his foot to first. Now, wait a minute. He's out. He thinks it was a foul ball. And he's called out. Dave Jensen never left the batter's box. He looks very bewildered at the plate umpire. Jensen either thought that ball hit his foot or hit in foul ground. You never see a guy at this level not bust his rear end sprinting down to first. But Dave Jensen stood in the batter's box, tried to sell the plate umpire, Jeremy Sparling, on what he thought was a foul ball. Matt Abram fielded it. And an unassisted putout. Jensen never left the batter's box. I don't know what he was thinking unless he just was convinced it was a foul ball. Trying to bunt his way on and bunting foul off the chest protector of Abruzzo is Bernard Stevens. Eric Ackerman has shut the Kernels down after giving up a 2-run homer in the 1st inning to Abruzzo. Swing and a miss, strike 2 on Bernard Stevens here in the top of the 7th. Marquez got that double play last night with the bases loaded and 1 out. Jeff is the 3rd Colonel pitcher of this game. Look out, a pitch hit like a bullet into the third base premier section, and it clipped somebody, but there's an usher right on the scene. Here in the top of the 7th with the Bees leading 3-2, nobody on, 1 out. It's time for our Colonel Did You Know question, brought to you by the Kernels. Visit us online at kernels.com, Kernels. Stevens smacks one over the head of Marquez into center on an 0-2 pitch, and that's Burlington's 7th hit of the game. Bernard Stevens on an 0-2 pitch. Lined one into center for the Bees' 8th hit of the game, not their 7th, their 8th hit. Visit us online at Kernels.com. You can order tickets to upcoming games or preview coming attractions this summer on our website, www.Kernels.com. Our phone number to call for tickets is 896-7560, 896-7560. Our Colonel Did You Know question. We've told you before that John McGraw, a legendary manager and a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame, played here in Cedar Rapids. A bouncer foul off the Colonel first base dugout, strike one on Mel Stocker. Our Colonel Did You Know question, though, did you know that John McGraw was nicknamed Little Napoleon? What a nickname. John McGraw was small in stature, and he was an unyielding leader. Skipper of the New York Giants back in the 1920s, John McGraw was known as Little Napoleon. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult to be known as Little Napoleon. Napoleon was a great French general and led the French to a number of stunning military victories, but in the end he met his fate at Waterloo, didn't he? A curve is hard, and Mel Stocker, it's 1-1. John McGraw, who played here in Cedar Rapids in the 1890s, a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Our Colonel Did You Know question, did you know that John McGraw was known as Little Napoleon? I just don't think he would have liked that nickname too much. Hey, how you doing, Skipper? And then behind his back, Little Napoleon's after me again to take extra batting practice. I'm sure he was called worse than Little Napoleon. But he won, didn't he? John McGraw. The 1-1 to Stocker from Marquez instead of throw to first. Bernard Stevens with 12 steals and 17 tries is back safely. All the scoring came early in this one. 2 for the Kernels in the first, 3 for Burlington in the second. No runs since then. But the Bees have a runner at first with 1 out. He's not running. A ball outside to the batter and a snap throw by Abruzzo down to first baseman Matt Abram, the Colonel newcomer. And diving back in, creating a cloud of dust, is Bernard Stevens. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left-handed, or 2-1 to Stocker. Now the count even as Mel tops one foul back of home plate, strike 2. Abruzzo slugged a 2-run homer way back in the first. Little did we know that the next man, Mayer, his single to right, is the last Colonel hit in this game. Since that hit, the Kernels have had only 1 base runner, a leadoff walk drawn by Abruzzo in the fourth, but he was erased in a double play. Stocker taps one up the first base line, foul, a foul ball.
Congratulations.
Mel kept his bat in his hands as he ran to first base.
Harry Evers Walker, the winner in the raffle.
Well, I again have to praise the behavior of Cal and Griffin Clark. They've come to this Father's Day game and they brought their gloves with them. Cal has his glove in his hands. I thought Griffin might have dozed off for a nap, but he's enjoying a sundae out of a batting helmet. Wow, 3-year-old Griffin Clark. I envy him. He's having a chocolate sundae out of a batting helmet. The runner goes, a swing and a tip foul. Now, wait a minute. The batter's called out on strike 3 swinging. Does the runner get second? Yes, a stolen base for Bernard Stevens. And now Cal Clark is getting a brownie. Wow, that's nice of their mom and dad, Angie and Bob, to treat the boys to such good food here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Boy, Griffin has that plastic spoon, and he's eating that chocolate sundae right out of a plastic batting helmet. A Colonel helmet, no less. A Colonel batting helmet. Well, a stolen base for Bernard Stevens. Mel Stocker struck out. Todd Klaus came out for an explanation. I don't know what they told him. Stocker's gone on strikes, and Marquez now pitches to Eric Lundquist, the DH, who's 0 for 3. Jeff Marquez with the runner at second in the 7th inning, trying to keep it a one-run game. Lundquist pops one foul. Abruzzo coming towards the Colonel dugout. Look out, Jared. Jared Abruzzo pushing in the backstop. Listen to the hand for the hustling Colonel catcher. Jared sacrificed life and limb as he discarded his hockey-like goalie mask. His catcher's mask came racing over towards the backstop. Ann Hearn is listening in down there. And Jared Abruzzo almost crashed right through that backstop, didn't he? Ann Hearn and her friend still pointing to the spot where that catcher Abruzzo went barreling into the backstop. Lundquist takes a slider, strike 2 called. Boy, I'll tell you, that Griffin Clark knows what to do with a chocolate sundae as good as any 3-year-old I've seen. He's enjoying it. Why not? It's delicious. Out of a Colonel plastic batting helmet. The 0-2 from Jeff Marquez. Swing and a miss! Lundquist down on strikes. No runs for Burlington in the 7th. 1 hit, a stolen base. No Colonel errors. The Bees leave 1. They've stranded 5. 7th inning stretch on Father's Day. The Colonels haven't had a run or a hit since the 1st inning. After 6.5, Burlington 3, the Colonels 2.
This is an emergency. This isn't. Say it's an evening or a weekend, and you have a, or perhaps even a, you don't need, but you'd rather not, for your doctor's office to open. That's when it's time to visit a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic. Just walk in, limp in, or even crawl in. And a Mercy Care physician will help you feel better, faster. There's a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic near you. Mercy Care North on Collins Road Northeast, and the new Mercy Care South on Edgewood Road Southwest. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., and weekends 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So, next time you have, visit a Mercy Care Urgent Care Clinic in your neighborhood.
With spring weather here, well, summer is allegedly following. Well, time to call the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating. The A-Team will check your cooling system to be sure it's working right. Of course, if your heating system is acting up too, then you're still going to need that for a few weeks. The experts at Ahern will come to your rescue 24 hours a day. So call the A-Team at 393-4872 and have your heating and cooling system checked up. 393-4872 for the A-Team at Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Well, let's see what Jared Abruzzo might be able to do. He's the last Colonel to reach. Lefty Eric Ackerman has retired 15 of 16 Colonels, including 8 in a row. There's some sort of drawing being held, and as a result, Jared has not stepped into the plate yet. There is a right-hander up in Burlington's bullpen, Drew Endicott. Drew Endicott is up in the B bullpen, but no need for him to work too hard the way lefty Eric Ackerman has kept the Colonels off stride since the 1st inning. A breaking pitch just missed low from the B lefty. Ball 1 to Abruzzo. Now Jared takes a curve inside, ball 2. Drew Endicott has 2 wins in this series, and the right-hander is twirling in the B left field bullpen. 3-2 Burlington. Abruzzo knuckles one foul to the backstop, strike 1. We knew that this Father's Day game would go quickly because the players can sense a breather coming up, a 3-day respite starting tomorrow. No games tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday. We're back in action here at home Thursday for Stand for Children Night and McDonald's Baseball Glove Night. Abruzzo golfs one foul off the railing of the B first base dugout. And it's 3-2 to Jared. This Thursday, McDonald's baseball glove night coupled with Stand for Children night. Jared, batting right-handed, belted a two-run homer in the first inning, the only 2 Colonel runs of the day, the 3-2. Sucked into right field, but right at Bernard Stevens. Bad break for Abruzzo and the Colonels. Jared hit a screaming line drive right at Bernard Stevens. 1 out in the Colonel's 7th inning. The batter, Caleb Mayer. Caleb is 1 for 2. He has the last Colonel hit in this game. Lefty Eric Ackerman has retired 16 of the last 17 Colonels, 9 in a row. A curve, a strike call to Caleb Mayer. Ackerman's 4-0, an ERA of 3.80. He beat us Monday night at Community Field. A little looper over the first baseman's head. Caleb Mayer has his second hit of the game. And that one's for his dad as well. Caleb told us that when he got hit or hits today, he wanted them to be dedicated to his father out in California. Caleb Mayer has the first Colonel hit since he singled into right, a bouncer through the right side, way back in the first inning. That's the first Colonel hit since the first inning. Tying run at first, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Here's Greg Porter, who's 0 for 2. A knee-buckling curve is inside to Greg Porter. I just have a feeling with the Clark boys back here, Cal and Griffin, that the Colonels are going to rally and do something here in the late going, the last 3 innings. How about starting here in the 7th? Mayer back to first, a throw over there. Greg Porter, a left-handed batter, hits a double play ball to second. The second baseman drops it, throws to first. Out at first on a bang-bang play, but the tying run to second. The Bees blew a sure double play. Eric Dean muffed a 2-hop shot. Porter hit it hard. Mayer went to second. And how hard did Greg hit it? Well, Dean had it squirt away from him about 3 feet. He picked it up with his bare hand, rifled it onto first to get Greg Porter by half a step. Now a base hit by Matt Abram would tie the game. Matt has struck out twice. If Matt Abram can come through with a base hit here in the 7th, it would tie the game. A ground ball back to the mound will end the inning. Ackerman still has the Colonels eating out of the palm of his hand as Matt Abram bounces back to the hill. In the 7th for the Colonels, no runs, 1 hit, our first since the first inning, no BRs. The Colonels leave a runner, just our second man stranded on Father's Day. We go to the 8th inning. Burlington still ahead of the Colonels by a run, 3-2.
It's alarming, but true. People do judge you by the words you use. When you speak well, you command respect. You move ahead faster. Verbal Advantage on audio cassettes will give you the words you need to communicate with confidence and flair. All you have to do is listen. Learn more about Verbal Advantage now.
1-800-863-WORD. That's 863-WORD. 1-800-863-WORD.
Honey, I know you want your game, but have you seen the scale buildup on the sinks and faucets? How about the fact that the laundry is dull and scratchy, or that my skin is all dry? And I wish we had better drinking water.
Oh, why didn't you say so? Hey, Culligan Man.
Right now, your Culligan Man is offering both a water softener and drinking water for just $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. So trust the water experts. Visit Culligan.com or call your local Culligan Man today and say,
Hey, Culligan Man.
Dealer participation may vary. Visit Culligan.com for details. Expires August 31st.
Hey, where were you earlier for the Dan Patrick Show?
Actor Tim Robbins joining us on ESPN Radio. Did you take one character, any character in mind when you came up with the character or added to the character of Nuke LaLoosh?
Oh, yeah, he's a kind of a combination between Fernando Valenzuela and John Travolta.
Okay, I knew that breathing through the eyelids would be Fernando, but where did the Travolta part come in?
The walk and the white suit.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekdays on ESPN Radio.
With the sun shining brightly, we go to the 8th inning.
Hitting off in the 8th for Burlington, shortstop, Donnie Murphy.
Donnie Murphy's going to lead off for Burlington. Donnie represents the heart of the B order against Jeff Marquez. Deb Williams, in-studio engineer. Deb, we're going to have Darcy call you after this 8th inning and start getting some finals on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. So Deb Williams, our in-studio engineer, please stand by after this B 8th inning. We'll be calling you. Donnie Murphy pops a bunt foul over Abruzzo's head, strike one.
18-46. All you got to do to win is find an 8 state.
3-2 Burlington. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Colonel Baseball here in the new Veterans Memorial Stadium and on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600, brought to you in part all season long by Pepsi. Pepsi, for those who think young. And I bet a lot of folks are enjoying Pepsi or Diet Pepsi on this Father's Day here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Pepsi helping to bring you the action. Pepsi for those who think young. Marquez missed high, now a curve in the dirt from Jeff. And the count is 2-1 to Donnie Murphy. 3-2 Bs. We're in the top of the 8th inning. The Kernels have just 4 hits against lefty Eric Ackerman. Ball 3 just missed inside apparently. And the count is now 3-1 to Donnie Murphy. Look out here. This guy is a good hitter to begin with. You put him ahead in the count 3-1 and he can really burn you. Jeff from the stretch, the 3-1. A high drive into center. Back with his glasses down, Melgarejo. Ransell shading his eyes with his glove, has it. Donnie Murphy on a 3-1 pitch, skies to deep left center, 1 out in the B 8th inning. Boy, Melgarejo's fun to watch play the outfield. He's so graceful and fluid, and he's just a tremendous outfielder. Ransell Melgarejo. 1 out in the B8th. The batter is Espino. Damaso is 2 for 3. And he lines one foul over the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. Strike one. We look forward to getting an attendance this afternoon. I hope we have over 3,500 on Father's Day. We'll share the good news with you as soon as we find out what our attendance is this afternoon. The 0-1 to Espino. Strike 2 called, a Jeff Marquez slider, and it froze the cleanup batter, Damaso Espino. Lots of kids here on Father's Day, and I see most of them brought their mitts and gloves. They'll be playing catch with Dad on the field following today's action. The 0-2 to Damaso. Look out, a pitch right over his head, ball 1. We're sure glad you've included us on your Father's Day. We understand our Springhouse Family Restaurant baseball trivia question winner Bob Sindelar was gardening this afternoon, listening to the Colonel game here on the Zone. Bob, thank you. Here's a slider low, and it's ball 2. This game is approaching 2 hours in length, and we're in the top of the 8th inning. The Bees lead it 3-2. Swing and a tip foul to the base of the backstop by Espino. Dale Broad, our public address announcer, reminding the kids that they can play catch after the game with Dad on the field. Boy, there must be 6 or 7 little kids having the time of their lives, jumping up and down in, I think, what's called a moonwalking apparatus, an inflatable arched game down the left field line. Imagine if you had a trampoline in your backyard. Well, the lawyers would have a field day, I'll tell you that. Swinging a foul straight back by Espino. My cousins in Denver, Colorado had a trampoline in the 60s and 70s, but, man, I'd advise against it now. A kid comes over, starts jumping on it, flies off and hurts himself, and next thing you know, the neighbors are suing you. A swing and a foul by Espino. It's too bad that our society has come to that, but trampolines are dangerous, but they're also a lot of fun. And here at the ballpark, those kids are enclosed, so they can't fall off. They just fall down onto that spring-loaded bag of air. Ball 3 to Damaso Espino. The count now full as Marquez has run it full. Jeff wears number 13 on his back, wearing a red knit batting practice top. The Kernels in their red caps this afternoon with white trousers. Burlington in gray pants with navy blue tops. Not navy blue, royal blue. royal blue tops with gold numbers, royal blue socks, royal blue shoes, and royal blue hats. The payoff. Nubbed foul towards the B third base dugout. Yeah, we used to enjoy that trampoline in the backyard of our cousin's house in Denver, but we weren't careless or reckless on it. We jumped by the rules. A ground ball to short. Eric Ibar has it. The Western Division All-Star shortstop throws it past Matt Abram for an error. Eric threw to the right field line side of first, and it skipped by Eric Abram, Matt Abram, the Colonel first newcomer playing in his first game. And that error on Eric Ibar is the first error by either club today. Ibar looked to kind of try to guide that ball over to first instead of just letting her loose, and it cost Eric as the throw was in the dirt past Matt Abram for an error. Espino is aboard for the third time today. Left-handed batting Matt Tupman. The runner goes. A chopper to second. Kayaspo. Bad hop over Eric's head. On to third goes the lead runner. Alberto Kayaspo was all set to field. A bouncer trying to turn a double play, but the ball took a bad hop, went over Alberto's head, and on to third goes Damaso Espino. We should be out of the inning. We should be out of the inning. Instead, there were runners at first and third with only one out, as Matt Tupman's bad hop chopper jettisoned over the head of Kayaspo into center field. A bad hop single. And now the Bees are threatening to add to their 3-2 lead here in the eighth inning. They've charged Alberto with an error. Bob Clark, I'm going to ask you, maybe Alberto missed it, but I thought it was a bad hop. Yes, he was trying to do that. Alberto was trying to start a double play too quickly and may have brought his hands down too quickly, and so we can understand why the official scorer has charged an error on Kayaspo. I thought it was a bad hop over Alberto's head, but my neighbor Bob Clark and the official scorer saw it correctly, and that is Alberto was trying to start a double play too quickly and missed the ball. Now a pitch is high to Eric Dean, ball one. A couple of errors by two of the steadiest infielders in the league, Ibar and Kayaspo, starters on Tuesday night for the Western Division All-Star team in Grand Rapids, have given the Bees a chance to break this one open a little bit in the top of the eighth inning. Espino at third, Tupman at first. Rich Thompson, 18-year-old Colonel Australian right-hander, throwing vigorously in the Colonel right field bullpen. Todd Klaus wants this game badly. So does Joe Zeckley of the Bees. Everybody wants to leave for the All-Star break on a high note. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt from Marquez to Eric Dean, strike one. 3-2 Burlington, top of the eighth inning. B runners at first and third with one out. Rich Thompson warming up in the Colonel right field bullpen. A throw to first and the runner back standing up. So far today, Eric Dean has laid down a sacrifice bunt, struck out, and popped out. He's a left-handed hitter with a .239 average. A bouncer to second. Can it be two? Kayaspo to Eric one. On to first. Double play. Wow, the Kernels turned it 4-6-3 to get out of trouble. Eric Dean bounces into a double play, and that ends the B threat here in the eighth inning. It went 4-6-3 in the eighth for Burlington. No runs, no hits, two Colonel errors. The Bees leave a pair. They've stranded 7. We're calling Deb Williams, our in-studio engineer. After 7.5, Burlington 3, the Kernels 2.
It's one of those rituals of summer, mowing the yard. And when you're done, what do you do with the clippings? Well, your friends at Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling encourage you to leave those clippings on your lawn. This practice is called grass cycling, and it reduces your lawn's fertilizer needs because those clippings contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Grass cycling also helps crowd out weeds and build a healthier lawn. When you leave those clippings on your lawn, you reduce waste and save landfill space.
As Darcy Ehrman gathers scores from in-studio engineer Deb Williams, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 3-2 Burlington. The Kernels just turned their second double play of the day to get out of a jam. Eric Ackerman, a southpaw, delivers a strike to Colonel newcomer Jason Sugden. He's hit one back to the mound and struck out today. Sugden, a right-handed batter, Sugden, grounds one off the pitcher's shin for a base hit. And let's see if Eric Ackerman is shaken up. He took a ground ball off his shin. He looks more mad than he is hurt. And the Kernels have the tying run at first with nobody out. A hard hit smash to the base of the pitcher's legs, and he took it off the shins. And Sugden is aboard with the 5th Kernel hit of the game. After the ball caromed off the lefty's shins, it rolled towards the plate, and to show you that he's fine, the Burlington trainer has not even come out of the B third base dugout. Now let's try to tie this game or take the lead. Melgarejo's squaring to bunt, and he takes high, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 8th, trailing 3-2, but the Kernels have the go-ahead run at first with nobody out. And thanks to Deb Williams for providing. Here's a bunt. It's a great bunt by Ransell. The throw to first. Out! Ransell tried to bowl over the second baseman, who may have gotten an elbow in the chops, but holding a ball was Eric Dean. What a great sacrifice by Melgarejo. Ransell has every right to that base. That is not unsportsmanlike. That is not untoward or dirty play. Ransell has a right to run to the base. It just so happened that Eric Dean was standing on it, so Ransell tried to kind of ram through him, and Dean held it. It goes 1-4, and the sacrifice is successful by Melgarejo. Now we need a hit. I've never seen this. B.J. Weed is batting left-handed against a left-handed pitcher. B.J.'s a switch hitter, but he's batting left against the lefty Ackerman. B.J. must feel more confident batting left-handed. This is the first time we've seen him do it this year against a left-hander, and a curve is a strike. Todd Klaus has given B.J. permission, obviously, to bat left-handed against a southpaw, Eric Ackerman. Weed today 0 for 3 batting right-handed. A curve, strike 2 called, and BJ's in the hole, 0-2. Tying run at second. Jason Sugden, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, 3-2 Burlington. Let's see if BJ, batting left-handed, can come out of this 0-2 rut and do something with the lefty Eric Ackerman. Tying run at second. Here's the 0-2. Instead, the lefty looks Jason Sugden back to second base. Sugden wrapped a single off the pitcher's shins. Melgarejo bunted Sugden to second base. Weed took a couple of curveballs for strikes. Now a curve, and it's blooped foul over the backstop. Down below it goes. And it's retrieved at the base of one of the red premier seats. BJ did not take a good swing in an 0-2 pitch, but he looped it foul over the backstop. Another 0-2. Tapped high in front of the plate. The pitcher whirls and throws BJ out. Weed was hustling down that line. Boy, that BJ Weed looks like a ball player. His helmet came flying off, and he's wearing that eye black on his eyes and has that short haircut. BJ Weed, going back into the Colonel dugout, hit a Baltimore chop back to the hill. Jason Sugden advanced to third. BJ was thrown out 1-3. And now we need a hit from Eric Ibar, who's 0 for 3. This crowd is ready to erupt if Ibar can come through with 2 out. A change-up in the dirt, and blocking it, Matt Tupman to save a run. The Tyne runs at third, 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Burlington has a right-hander warming up in their bullpen, Devin Lowry. Uncle Charlie, the plate umpire called it a strike. It looked inside. Strike 1 to Ibar. Devin Lowry, a right-hander warming up in the B left field bullpen. Ibar's trying to tie this game. Ball 2 way high to Eric Ibar. Bottom of the 8th inning, 3-2 Burlington. 3,922 are here today. 3,922 are here today. Eric batting right-handed, the 2-1. A broken bat roller to short, big charity hop, and the shortstop Murphy throws out Eric Ibar. Eric was jammed, broke his bat, and bounced out to short. Murphy charged it and threw out Eric. No runs for the Kernels in the 8th. 1 hit, an infield single. There were no B errors. The Kernels leave 1 man on. We've stranded 3. On Father's Day, with a crowd of 3,922 looking on, we go to the 9th inning. It's still Burlington 3, the Kernels 2.
Nature provides a built-in mechanism for animals to get ready for their future. Animals start hoarding food in the early autumn, knowing it will be scarce during the winter. We don't seem to have that same kind of savvy. Pekin Insurance agent Teresa Brunsheen at Family Insurance Center in Monticello can help you plan ahead. Teresa can help you make sure you have the right insurance coverages for your particular needs. Nature's message is clear. Prepare. See Teresa Brunsheen, your Pekin Insurance agent in Monticello at Family Insurance Center.
Okay, so I'm dropping my daughter off at daycare, and as I'm walking out, I see myself in the double door. Uh-oh is right. My hair looks terrible. My ends are all scraggly, and my roots. Did you see my roots? I can't believe I've been walking around like this.
Have you tried Cost Cutters?
Oh, I'd love to get my hair done, but who has the time? With work and the kids, I barely have time to find matching socks, let alone time for my hair. Besides, I need the works.
Just go to Cost Cutters. They'll have you in and out and looking great in no time.
Yeah?
Yeah. At Cost Cutters, the stylist will keep you looking great with a new cut, some color, even highlights. Check out mine.
Oh, so Cost Cutters is your secret.
Yep. I even get my favorite products there. You know, shampoo, conditioner.
That's it. I'm going to Cost Cutters. Right now? My roots, thank you.
There are a dozen Cost Cutters here in our area, each offering a relaxed, convenient hair care experience with no appointments and no hassles. Cost Cutters makes things easy and affordable with professional stylists who care about you.
Cost Cutters. Live your life. We always have time for your hair.
Number 19, Rich Thompson.
A U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen, brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Stop by a U.S. Cellular store or call U.S. Cellular at 1-888-BUY-USCC. U.S. Cellular, we connect with you. Jeff Marquez was brilliant out of the Colonel bullpen. He gives way to Rich Thompson, the 18-year-old Australian right-hander, and a slider is low and away to Tim Friend. Friend leading off the top of the 9th. The Bees lead the Kernels 3-2. Now Uncle Charlie low and away, 2-0 to Friend. Rich Thompson has answered a U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel bullpen. Rich is on for the team high 26th time this year. He'll be heading to the All-Star game along with B.J. Weed, Jared Abruzzo, Alberto Callaspo, and Eric Ibar. Tomorrow morning, they'll leave for Grand Rapids, Michigan. Friend tips one foul. behind the plate. Strike one to Tim. Tim's 2-run triple tied the game in the second. He scored on a ground ball out. There's a little looper into shallow center. Mel Garejo plays it on one hop. It's a base hit for Tim Friend. Tim Friend starts the ninth inning, singling into center off Rich Thompson.
First baseman David Jensen.
Rich Thompson has 2 saves in this series. He got a save Friday night in the Kernel 5-1 victory at Community Field. He went an inning and a third, no runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Rich Thompson, Midwest League All-Star, on the mound, has been greeted with a single off the bat of Tim Friend. Now left-handed hitting Dave Jensen at the plate. Jensen 1 for 3 with a run driven in. Squares to bunt, takes outside, ball 1. We told you how good Jeff Marquez was. 2 innings pitched, no runs, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. Rich Thompson on this warm, sunny Father's Day Sunday afternoon, wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his Kernel red top, delivers a strike call at the knees to Dave Jensen. The Kernels must keep it a 1-run game if they are going to have a chance in the bottom of the 9th inning. All 5 runs in this game were scored in the first inning and a half. Jensen squaring to bunt. Takes outside, ball 2 from Rich Thompson. Rich with 6 saves, a 1-1 record, a 0.28 ERA. In 31 2/3 innings this season, Rich Thompson has given up 1 earned run on only 15 hits. Jensen waits as Thompson throws to first, the runner back safely. 3,922 here today for Father's Day. 3,922. Ball 3 inside to Jensen. Rich Thompson now in a heap of trouble. He's behind in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. The fans in the plaza section are still being drenched by bright sunshine. That's down the right field line. Swing and a tip foul. Jensen was turned loose by manager Joe Zeckley, and the count full now to Dave. Devin Lowry, a right-hander, warming up for Burlington in their bullpen. I don't know whether the Bees will send their lefty out to face the Kernels in the 9th or if they'll go with their closer, Devin Lowry. If I was the Bees, I'd send the lefty out. We haven't done a thing with him since the first inning today. A bunt foul, strike 3. Dave Jensen has failed in his attempt to bunt the runner to second. His bunt ricocheted off the lower port of his bat, and he's out on a strike 3.
Right fielder Bernard Stevens.
Bernard Stevens is batting now. Bernard is grounded to second, walked, singled, and stolen second. So he's 1 for 2 on the day. Burlington leads it 3-2. They've out-hit us 9-5. Stevens, a left-handed hitter, drives one high in the air. Can BJ find it in front of the warning track and right? He gives way to Ransell. Ransell to the rescue. Mel Garejo had to bail BJ out. They'll high-five each other. I think BJ lost that ball in the sun, and as a result, Mel Garejo, just to make sure, came over, and he caught it in deep right center. Ann and Eric Kern, did you think BJ was losing that ball in the sun? Ann does too. I think BJ Weed had lost that ball in the sun, and as a result, Ransell didn't mean to upstage him or show him up. He was trying to be a good teammate, and was, as he called off BJ Weed and caught it in right center for the second out of the inning. Boy, we're seeing more and more of those Toyota Financial Services white and red thundersticks, meaning those schools we visited this spring, kids have read at least 250 minutes. I'm not sure if we made it to Cal Clark's school or not. Cal, do you remember us coming to your grade school this spring? Okay. Have you done any reading with that bookmark we've given you yet? Or have you had time? You've been too busy playing ball and having fun and doing your other homework. You'll have time to read later this summer to try to earn some of those rewards from Toyota Financial Services. Ball 1 to Mel Stocker. Now strike at the knees, strike 1. Boy, would I like to be Cal and Griffin's teachers in elementary school. They never give you any type of reason to tell them to behave. They're so polite and well-mannered and very, very kind young boys. The 1-1, the runner goes. A pitch, a strike, and Abruzzo loses the handle. Look out! Look out! Oh, Eric Ibar was bowled over by Tim Friend, who didn't know whether to slide, and as a result, he threw a cross body block into Ibar. Of course, Friend didn't know that the catcher Abruzzo dropped the ball, but Tim almost took the legs right out he did take the legs out from under of Ibar, but Eric's all right. Now we have to guard against something bad with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Mel Stocker's in the hole 1 and 2, but you know what he's done in this series. He's murdered Kernel pitching. Time is called by the base umpire, Mel Stocker, a switch hitter batting left. Friend's steal of second is 5th of the season. The 1-2 from Rich Thompson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Abruzzo held it. It was a tipped ball. That sets the stage for the bottom of the 9th inning. No runs for the Bees in the 9th. 1 hit, a leadoff single, no Kernel errors. Thompson struck a pair out. Burlington leaves 1. The Bees have stranded 8 men today. Can the Kernels tie it in the bottom of the 9th to send it to extra innings? Can the Kernels pull it out of the fire and win it with 2 in the bottom of the 9th inning? We'll find out after 8.5, Burlington 3, the Kernels 2.
The new Veterans Memorial Stadium is among the most awe-inspiring attractions in our great community. The most common remark made by first-time visitors to our new ballpark is simply, wow! The dazzling giant scoreboard, the roomy seats, the spacious concourse, and yes, the numerous women's restrooms all evoke that wow reaction. The most alluring element of all, though, is that perfectly nurtured, lush, green field that composes the diamond. Thanks to Peck's Flower Garden and Landscaping, the aura and magic of the Field of Green in the new stadium can be replicated in your very own yard. That's right. The experts at Peck's are teaming up with the renowned Kernel Grounds crew to award one of you with a Field of Green lawn makeover this spring. Just stop into the Garden Center at Peck's to enter. The Peck's Field of Green dream could be yours. Register this spring in the Garden Center at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast.
Budweiser True Music is music created for real music lovers by real musicians, like Tyler Connolly of Theory of a Dead Man.
I know a guy that has actually got a routine he does. He goes, well, from 8 to 10 a.m. I do songwriting, and then from 10 to 11 I do yoga. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. You know, you just got to, just like, to me, when it comes to me, it comes to me. I'm not going to force anything.
This moment of true music was brought to you by Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
With the Bees guarding against a bunt at both corners, will lead off against Eric Ackerman, who's trying to spin a complete game gem. His curveball is low, ball 1. We need 1 run to tie, 2 to pull her out of the fire here on Father's Day. The 1-0 to Alberto, low, ball 2. Cayaspo leads the league in hitting. He's 1 for 3 today. He singled and was aboard on Abruzzo's 2-run homer in the first. The crowd is whooping it up. The 2-0 to Cayaspo. In there for a strike. Alberto batting right-handed with a .328 average. Leads the Kernels, are now second to Abruzzo on the team with 34 RBIs. Look out, a pitch almost hit him. Ball 3 from Eric Ackerman. Devin Lowry warming up in the B bullpen. Alberto Cayaspo is ahead 3-1. Will he be swinging or will he take? Here's the answer. The pitch headed home. He took it outside, ball 4. The tying runs at first with nobody out. Here's Jared Abruzzo. Do you have now wait a minute. We're going to have a pitching change, and that shocks me. Eric Ackerman, after walking Cayaspo is being lifted from this game. Listen to the hand he'll get even from our crowd. Even from our crowd, he'll get a big round of applause. In comes Devin Lowry. Hey, the kids love the song that's being played. It's a cable show called SpongeBob SquarePants. Alberto Callaspo has drawn a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the ninth. 3-2 Burlington. Eric Ackerman went 8 innings, has given the Kernels 2 runs so far on only 5 hits. Ackerman struck out 4, and the southpaw walked only 2. Devin Lowry, Lowry, is Burlington's best relief pitcher. He's their closer. Devin has appeared once in this series, Monday night in Burlington. He saved a B11-8 win at Community Field. Lowry went an inning and a third Monday night. No runs, 1 hit, struck out 3, walked none. Well, I know what some people are thinking. They're thinking a long one by Abruzzo sends this crowd into an upheaval and a roar and makes the Kernels a winner. Others are thinking, Jared, just try to get that tying run to second base somehow. Devin Lowry is 1-2 on the year, a 2.13 ERA, 4 saves. In 25 1/3, he's fanned 26, walked 8 in 25 1/3, allowed only 16 hits in 25 1/3. If Abruzzo parks one, it would be his 5th home run of the series, and it would give the Kernels a win. Lowry wants a double play, pop-up, or strikeout. Devin's 20 years old, and he's on in relief of the starter, Eric Ackerman. A throw to first, and Callaspo dives back in safely. We forgot about the possibility of a steal or a hit and run. The Kernels have all sorts of options to choose from here in the bottom of the ninth, down 3-2. First pitch to Jarrett, another throw to first, and diving back in is Alberto. Callaspo stole a base last night, scored in the 8th inning to give the Kernels a 5-1 lead. Kernels won it 5-2. Now is Lowry going to pitch homeward? Yes. A ball low, a throw to second, Callaspo out. I didn't see if he got a late start or if he slipped, but the Bees threw him out. Abruzzo squared to bunt, took a ball low, and doggone it, Alberto was caught stealing. It went Tupman to the shortstop, Donnie Murphy, and that's shocking. Not that Alberto tried to steal second, but that he was thrown out by 5 feet. Now Abruzzo will try to start another rally. Ball 2 is low. Oh, Alberto Callaspo, and I was not at all surprised that he was running. I was shocked that he was thrown out by such a big margin. The 2-0 to Jared now. Pop foul over the grandstand roof, back of home, strike 1. Well, the crowd has quieted down after Callaspo was caught trying to steal second. Man, they had the ball waiting for him. I don't know if he got a poor jump, if he slipped, or what happened. Abruzzo takes just high, ball 3. Well, if Abruzzo wanted an ideals hitter's count, he has one now. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the ninth, 3-2 Burlington, the 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Devin Lowry kept it down and away. Abruzzo steps out of the box. Jared's 2-run homer way back in the first inning, the only runs the Kernels have scored today. Here's the payoff pitch to the Kernel switch hitter. Chopped foul off the first base dugout railing, and Abruzzo stays alive. 3-2. Callaspo was thrown out trying to steal second. I wish I had a replay of it. I never expected him to be out by as far as he was. Here's the payoff pitch to Abruzzo. A high drive drifting down the left field line onto the lawn section. The count remains full to Jared. has fouled 2 3-2 pitches off. Lowry on this warm Sunday wearing a long sleeve royal shirt underneath his blue top. Walks Abruzzo. Well, the Kernels have the tying run at first with 1 out now for Caleb Mayer. Caleb has 2 of our 5 hits. And let's see what the Kernels do now. The options are much more limited with 1 out.
Cosby running for Abruzzo.
Now they're not because Quan Cosby's running for Abruzzo. With Quan Cosby at first, perhaps the Kernels will try to run again. Quan Cosby has come on to pinch run for Abruzzo here in the 9th inning. Cosby is pinch running for Abruzzo. Quan has 7 steals in 11 tries. Caleb Mayer at the plate. Cosby pinch running for Abruzzo. Todd Klaus might just order Quan to try to steal second. Ordinarily, Quan is on his own, and left to his own volition, he's 7 for 11 in stolen base attempts. Is he running? He draws the throw, and he's back safely. They've misannounced. They have misannounced. It is not Quan Cosby. Kevin Jenkins is the pinch runner. Kevin Jenkins is the pinch runner, not Quan Cosby. Mayer tips one foul, swinging at the first pitch, strike 1. It was not Quan Cosby, as announced. It is Kevin Jenkins, as corrected. Kevin Jenkins is the pinch runner for Abruzzo at first. Caleb Mayer takes a curve high, ball 1. Kevin Jenkins is the pinch runner. He's at first with Mayer at the plate. Tying run at first, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Swing and a foul into the screen. Oh, Caleb Mayer had a great cut at that one and fouled it straight back. Kevin Jenkins in his career, he's stolen 11 bases in 19 tries. He doesn't look like he is running. A base hit into center. Jenkins will try. Oh, he stopped at second. He slipped, and he stops at second. He's the tying run. Mayer has his 3rd hit of the game. Hit number 3 for Caleb's dad out in California. Caleb Mayer lined a single into center. Jenkins was running, and then Kevin thought about going to 3rd. I wish he would have tried, but he played it safe. You never want to get thrown out at 3rd. Never want that to have happen. Now, wait a minute. The wheels are spinning. What's Todd Klaus going to do now? Quan Cosby is running for Mayer. Quan Cosby is running for Mayer at first base. Caleb Mayer has 3 hits in honor of his dad this afternoon. Tying run at second. Winning run at first for Greg Porter.
Quan Cosby running for Caleb Mayer.
Quan Cosby is running for Caleb Mayer. First and second, 1 out. Porter could tie the game with a single, win it with an extra base hit. A double play ball back to the mound. Throw to second out. Throw to first out. Double play ends the game. Greg Porter ends the excitement by hitting one back to the mound. A 1-6-3 double play. 1-6-3, and the Colonel hopes are dashed. Burlington wins the series 5-3 as a comebacker off the bat of Porter was turned into a 1-6-3 double play. In the 9th for the Colonels, no runs. 1 hit, 2 walks, a man caught trying to steal second, no B errors. The Colonels leave 1 and stranded 4. What a great afternoon of baseball. Even though the Bees beat the Colonels 3-2, it was a terrific ball game from start to finish. 3-2 Burlington. Totals, highlights, and more coming up next on the Colonel Curtain Call.
We have a big 3-2 pitch coming here from Eckersley. Gibson swings and a fly ball to deep right field. This is going to be a home run. Unbelievable! A home run for Gibson. And the Dodgers have won the game 5-4. I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw.
Just a reminder that without sports, you wouldn't believe what you just heard.
ESPN.
Buy it cheap and fix it up. If that sounds like your kind of deal, Gary's Auto in Troy Mills is your source for great buys on repairable vehicles. Gary's Auto keeps the shade tree mechanic going with a huge selection. Gary finds rigs in need of extra TLC to get them back on the road. Many of them are just a few years old. Pull a few dents, replace a body part here and there, a paint job, maybe some wrenching, and you're ready to go. Call Gary's at 224-3725. That's 224-3725, or surf to Gary'sAutoIA.com.
Time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Well, what a great Father's Day it was here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Hundreds of fans are filing onto the field to play catch with Dad. After a terrific game that the Bees wound up winning 3-2, all the scoring took place in the first inning and a half, but it was a terrific day of baseball here at the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Let's tell you that the Kernels... Well, first of all, Burlington, Mel Stocker tripled off Colonel starter Rafael Rodriguez to open up the game, but Rodriguez prevented the Bees from taking the lead by getting Ronquist to hit a comebacker to him, and then Donnie Murphy skied to right field, and B.J. Weed gloved it through home to cut down Mel Stocker. A double play ended the Bee first inning. The Kernels, with 2 outs in the first, scored their only 2 runs of the game. Alberto Callaspo singled into center. Jared Abruzzo followed with his 4th home run of the year, his 9th of the season, his 4th home run of the series, rather, his 9th of the year. A 2-run blast by Abruzzo, batting right-handed against Eric Ackerman, made it 2-0 Kernels. The Bees countered, though, and scored their 3 runs of the game in the second inning. Espino singled to right. Matt Tupman then hit a looper off the glove of Ibar. Eric was unable to catch it. It was first and second, nobody out. Eric Dean successfully sacrificed the runners to second and third. Then Tim Friend, an opposite field triple over B.J. Weed's head and right, scored Espino and Tupman to make it 2-2, and the infield played back. Friend scored on a ground ball out to second. Little did we know that those would be the final runs of the game. Eric Ackerman was brilliant in his start for the Bees. At one point, Eric Ackerman retired 16 of 17 Kernels. That streak ended when Caleb Mayer, who had 3 of our 6 hits today, lined a single off the end of the bat into right with 1 out in the 7th inning. That ended a fantastic string in which Eric Ackerman retired 16 of 17 Colonel batters. In the 9th inning, the Colonels had a great chance to tie it or win it. Callaspo drew a leadoff walk, but was thrown out trying to steal second. Devin Lowry, taking over on the hill after the walk to Callaspo, walked Abruzzo. Jenkins pinch ran for him. Kevin running on the play. Mayer singled into center. First and second, only 1 out. The Kernels were within a base hit of tying the game, within an extra base hit of winning the game. Cosby came on to pinch run for Mayer, but on the first pitch to Greg Porter, Lowry got Greg to hit a comebacker to the mound, and Devin Lowry turned it into a 1-6-3 game-ending double play. For Burlington today, 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They stranded 8. The Kernels, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. We left 4. The winning pitcher, Eric Ackerman. He beats the Kernels for the second time in this 8-game series. Eric ups his mark now on the year to 5-0. Did he ever deserve the win today? The B lefty. The Colonel loser, and what a tough loss for Rafael Rodriguez, as he has not won since May 14th. He drops to 3-6, but Rodriguez pitched a strong 5 innings. He is the loser. His record 3-6. A save goes to Devin Lowry. Lowry's second save of the series, his 5th of the year. The game took just 2 hours and 30 minutes to play before a Father's Day crowd of 3,922. Burlington 3, the Kernels 2. We'll take a break and return with our plays of the game next on the Colonel Curtain Call.
Everyone deserves a great insurance agent, not just any insurance agent. Paul Draper, your Pekin insurance agent at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, has the experience and knowledge to provide you with top-notch insurance coverages. Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion has been insuring individuals like you for over 100 years. Dependable protection from Pekin Insurance agent Paul Draper at Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion, an agency you know and trust.
I cannot face anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy all of mine. Each generation has time. They got their own designs. I'm just shout it out.
Well, what a sight down below. Literally hundreds of dads playing catch with their sons and daughters following a Father's Day spectacular 3-2 Burlington. It was a great game. The Kernels certainly have nothing to shake or to bury their heads about here as they played a terrific ball game. Let's relive some of it on our Kernel Curtain Call, Kernel Plays of the Game. We'll begin in the first inning. Mel Stocker tripled. He was at third with one out. And Donnie Murphy was at the plate. Here's our first Kernel play of the game. Stocker at third, the 2-2. A high drive into right. We're going to have a play at the plate. Can BJ throw the runner out? BJ has it. Here's the throw. Stocker is out! Listen to the crowd roar! B.J. Weed made them roar, brought them to their feet by gunning a peg home to get Mel Stocker and complete a double play in the top of the first. In the bottom of the first, with two outs, Tyaspo singled to center, and then Jared Abruzzo came to the plate. 8-0 ERA. He and the Bees beat the Kernels in a slugfest Monday night at Community Field, 11-8. A long one to left, way back. Goodbye! Jared Abruzzo's fourth home run of the series, his team high ninth of the year, gave the Kernels a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. Our third and final Kernel play of the game took place with Jeff Marquez on the mound in the eighth inning. With one out, as Spino and Tupman reached on Kernel errors, the Bees leading 3-2 had runners at first and third with only one out. Here's what happened. A bouncer to second. Can it be two? Kayaspo to Eric one. On to first. Double play. Wow, the Kernels turned it 4-6-3 to get out of trouble. Yes, they did. That was in the eighth inning, our third and final Kernel play of the game. Now, we're going to take a little extra time. We'll let Deb Williams, our in-studio engineer, know that. Deb, I need to check in with you on this break during the Kernel Curtain Call. And as a result, rather than a 1-minute break, Deb, let's make it at least 2 minutes, at least a 2-minute timeout here on the Kernel Curtain Call. We ask that Deb Williams do that for us. We're going to wrap things up here on Father's Day with a look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. Burlington 3, the Kernels 2. State Farm Major League Scoreboard up in 2 minutes.
When we met at Spaghetti, we would never forget Zio Giano's. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini. Or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Giano's is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Giano's with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates of Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
The new Veterans Memorial Stadium is among the most awe-inspiring attractions in our great community. The most common remark made by first-time visitors to our new ballpark is simply, wow. The dazzling giant scoreboard, the roomy seats, the spacious concourse, and yes, the numerous women's restrooms all evoke that wow reaction. The most alluring element of all, though, is that perfectly nurtured, lush, green field that composes the diamond. Thanks to Peck's Flower Garden and Landscaping, the aura and magic of the Field of Green in the new stadium can be replicated in your very own yard. That's right. The experts at Peck's are teaming up with the renowned Kernel Grounds crew to award one of you with a Field of Green lawn makeover this spring. Just stop into the Garden Center at Peck's to enter. The Peck's Field of Green dream could be yours. Register this spring in the Garden Center at Peck's, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast.
With hundreds of kids still enjoying playing catch with their fathers on the field, a crowd of 3,922 saw a terrific game. Burlington makes it 5 of 8 in the series by nipping the Kernels here today 3-2. Thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Lanny Peterson, Dale Thompson, and Al Shetler, we can now take a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, and we have plenty of finals to report on Father's Day. Let's start at Sky Dome in the 10th inning. The Blue Jays edged the Cubs 5-4. A final from Comerica Park in Detroit. The Rockies shaded the Tigers 5-4 today. The Yankees completed a 3-game sweep of St. Louis in the Bronx this afternoon. The Yankees knocked off the Cardinals 5-2. At Jacobs Field in Cleveland, the Dodgers shaded Cleveland 4-3. Pittsburgh whipped Tampa Bay at St. Petersburg's Tropicana Field this afternoon, 9-5 Pirates. The Phillies and Reds were postponed at Great America Ballpark in Cincinnati this afternoon. A final from Camden Yards, the Orioles nipped Milwaukee 5-4. This afternoon at the Metrodome, the Diamondbacks, a 3-game sweep of the Twins as Arizona bombed the Twins 12-8. At Kauffman Stadium on Father's Day, the parent club of these Burlington Bees, the Royals edged San Francisco 5-4. A final from Comiskey Park. The Padres shut out the White Sox 1-0 this afternoon at Comiskey Park. In the 11th inning at Fenway Park, the Astros 2 and the Red Sox 2. They're in the top of the 11th at Fenway. Houston 2, Boston 2. In the 6th inning, the top of the 6th at Edison International Field, the Mets are clobbering our defending world champion parent club Angels 7-0 Mets over the Angels in the 6th. And in the 6th inning at the Coliseum, Oakland 2, Montreal 1. Later tonight, the game you'll hear right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600. Sunday night baseball, the Braves and Mariners should be a great one at Safeco Field. Also tonight, Texas hosts the Marlins at the ballpark in Arlington. Those are all the scores for you on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Lanny Peterson, and Al Shetler. It was a great day for baseball. The Kernels played a terrific ball game, but bowed to Burlington 3-2 this afternoon. 3-2 Bees will greet you after the All-Star break on Thursday night. 6:40 dugout interview time here from the new Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's Stand for Children night, and it's McDonald's Baseball Glove night. That's this Thursday, the 19th. McDonald's Baseball Glove night. Stand for Children night. The gates open at 6. The first 1,000 girls and boys 12 and under receive an authentic leather baseball glove from McDonald's. Deb Williams, our in-studio engineer. Deb, thank you for all of your great work. The Kernel first half record is 32-37, and we start anew Thursday night against Battle Creek. Dugout interview time, 6:40. Come early for Stand for Children night, McDonald's Baseball Glove night. This Thursday the 19th. The gates open at 6. 3-2 Burlington. John Rogers wishing you a great rest of your Father's Day here from the new Veterans Memorial Stadium.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.